Welcome to another exciting edition of The Ravens Flock. Welcome one, welcome all on Saturday, January 6th. And once again, a Happy New Year to everyone watching as we are kicking off 2024.
It has been 1 week and we managed to successfully not end up in a ditch somewhere. So I say that is a pretty good reason to celebrate.
That's a win. I'll count that as a win, no matter under the circumstances.
I can't take this year anymore. It's only been a week. Oh God.
Oh God.
It's only been a week, but don't worry, folks. This year has plenty of unexpected adventures to come. But folks,
hopefully good adventures that don't dig into my savings. God damn it.
Yes. Hopefully good adventures that don't leave us emotionally and mentally
and financially
tapped out.
drained.
You shut your mouth.
May we live in interesting times.
Oh my God, Angel, knock it off.
Angel, that's so
That's as big of a curse as you can ever ask.
Yeah, Angel, you're right. You're driving roundabouts with your words, man.
I'll be the roundabout, etc.
I'm Jose Casabona, your main host. I'm also the host of Wrestle Rewind, and I am the founder, executive producer, and content manager of this channel. Many people wear lots of hats. I wear lots of sunglasses.
He really only has like 3.
Hey, I'm building my
For
collection.
now.
For now. Actually, I have 4.
Now I know what I'm going to get him for his birthday.
What?
Twice as many glasses.
Hey!
I'm going to fill his room with glasses. It's going to look like a goddamn phone house mirror house.
And of course,
Fantastic.
on behalf of everyone on this channel, we appreciate all of you tuning in right now. And joining me on my left is the man guiding us through the journeys of Wonderful 101, the host of Los Amigos Play, Mr. Angel Mendez.
Hello, everyone. Thank you kindly for taking the time to join us today. It has been a long, difficult journey to make it to one more year, but we have endured through difficulty, through challenges, through being broke as shit. We have endured, and so have you. Thank you all for being here. It is a joy to see you all once more.
All right.
Give me your money.
Oh, goodness. All right. And of course, on my right, we have here the host of the Black Files, my typewriter for Wrestle Rewind, the president of man hours behind all the videos we produce on this channel every single week.
Get him in the throat.
I can. I want to see how far it goes. I'm genuinely curious.
So let me talk to you about Activision.
I have some questions about that too, actually.
Mr. Juan Arouse!
God! Yeah.
For real though, that was like 30
That was
seconds.
impressive.
That was very impressive.
That
Good
was
job.
impressive.
Why,
Thank you very much for
thank
that
you.
introduction,
Thank
Jose.
you.
Don't you ever forget the mister.
And of course, much like all our other shows on this channel, we are simulcasting on youtube.com/theravensflock and kick.com/theravensflock. Hit the subscribe or the follow button on the bottom right corner of your screen. Click the bell icon to enable all the notifications. And leave your questions and comments below, and we will answer as many as we can. And if you wish to go above and beyond to support the Ravens Flock, whether it be YouTube or Kick, you can become an inner flocker. For $4.99 a month, you'll have access to all the perks with our membership. Juan, tell them.
Well, for all the inner flockers we've got in our chat, and I know we have plenty, go ahead and show off those lovely membership badges and custom emojis, letting everyone know that you're stepping up in order to help liberate the Ravens Flock from our shackles of late-stage capitalism and become proper full-time YouTube streamers for your enjoyment, for our psychological and financial liberty, but most importantly, because we want to continue making your voice our mission properly. And the only way for us to do that is for us to do it full-time. You also get access to members first and members only content, a special discount to our merch store, link in the description below, and you also get access to us, the Ravens Flock, your favorite motley crew of nerds, here to make your voice our mission by providing us your thoughts, your input, your feedback, your ideas on how to better shape the future of this channel to suit your tastes and needs. Hello there, Matthew Coburn, Lisa Boo, Aaron Cooper, let's see here, The Struggler. I see Nikki Bella and Jen Pearson are all up in the chat so far. Thank you all very much for joining us on this special first episode of 2024 of the Ravens Flock. Yeah, Jose was stuck. He was frozen. His app froze. I was suggesting that Angel hits the reset button on the opposite side of his throat the way I was supposed to.
My mind went to a blue screen for a moment.
Bum,
No, that wasn't a blue screen. That was heaven. He ascended for a minute there.
Baby, you're all that I need.
You don't mind if I ascend?
right there in your
So
heart.
yes, 2023 is in the books, and it has been quite a year for this channel. We went through several different moments in 2023. Would you say? Would you agree?
We had good times. We had some bad times. There were some ups and downs. And there was a lot of adventure to go with it.
Oh, D-Nice is also lurking. Thank you for joining us,
Hello.
D-Nice. Welcome to the
Yes,
Ravens
indeed.
Flock.
And yes, lurkers, we do notice you. We see you.
We acknowledge you.
We acknowledge you.
I know where you live.
No, he doesn't.
I'm gonna go into your walls and make you feel unsafe.
He doesn't
Oh,
fit
God.
in walls.
So yeah, 2023 has been one hell of a roller coaster. Of course, you got to take the good times with the bad times. It's a normal part. It's a normal thing in the universe, unfortunately. But I'd be lying if I said that our 2023 was dull, because it certainly wasn't. We went through so many things. We've had so many different events. We went through so many conventions. We've had so many watch parties, lots of subathons, lots of video games we went through on Los Amigos Play.
We managed.
Certainly.
We expanded our profile. We expanded our reach, and we managed to somehow land partnership with a prominent like gaming beverage company.
Allow us to
Absolutely.
remind you that once again we are here sponsored by the delicious taste of
Partnered.
by the delicious taste of Glitch Energy. What I'm holding here right now is blackberry lemonade. They specialize in providing delicious supplements and excellent energy powder drinks, not just for energy but also for hydration. In a world where companies will sell you the equivalent of carbonated horse piss, Glitch Energy would like to give you a healthier, tastier, and far more affordable amount. So feel free to use our code. What's the code again, Joe?
The code is Flock Fuel, so you can you use the code Flock Fuel and you'll receive a 20% discount on all of your online purchases.
Damn right.
Zero carbohydrates, zero sugars, zero calories, and zero crash.
In the iconic words of the biggest black man in history, Shaquale O'Neal, if I
Shaquille
don't
O'Neal.
like it, I don't buy it. And we are taking it, buying it, tasting it, and proving its benefits for you. This thing has like 14 ounces of water. There's like a liter and a half on this thing. This is the only thing I drank today. It is that good. So
and
when
all
you,
this is just the revive the hydration fuel that they're providing.
Exactly. This isn't even the energy one. This is the hydrating one to keep me refreshed for the rest of the day. So when I tell you that this is worth your money and your time, I mean it with every ounce of my being. That being said, when I opened the bowl and I found a little packet of silicone beads inside the powder, I kind of cracked up. I'm like, really?
Yeah, I found that too.
Cool.
I get it, but wow, even in here. Jesus.
Hey, no, the little silica gel powder packs. Those are to help keep it from desiccating and caking.
Clumping together, yeah. So far, I have tried the crack sauce, delicious. I am trying blackberry lemonade, delicious. And the next time, I'm gonna try rocket.
I'm getting nerdies. Wait, you're getting rocket? You're getting rocket pop?
I'm going for the
Oh,
rocket.
Rocket, yeah.
oh, Zayana, keep it away from Zayana Rose and Dragonfang because they will take it from you.
She can't stop me. I'm going to Mars.
MARS, Mars, bitches.
But
I'll
yes,
say, Mars, Red Rocks.
Red
Yay,
Rocks.
yay.
Yay! All right, yeah, folks. glitchenergy.com. Use our promo code FlockFuel. Get 20% discount on all the online purchases. Happy to have them as our partners. So getting back to it. So yeah, we've had a lot of great adventures in 2023. But of course, one of our major cornerstone here on this channel is, of course, discussing the topics that come by every single week.
be it for good or for ill.
Absolutely, and oh boy, some of these topics they were pretty interesting. They were very interesting to get through. Other topics they were very, shall I say, arduous to get to talk about.
Yeah, not gonna lie. Between our main program here, the Ravens Flock, and on my program, the Black Files, where we usually hone in on one topic at a time, we went through a whole lot of crazy shit. We talked about stuff happening in the world of nerd culture and popular culture, stuff that doesn't even really have to do with like nerdy news, but it's so gigantic that you can't ignore it. And you know, like there's shit that we talked about, and we had to talk about it. It's,
Of course.
and
Hey,
of
look-
course, we're providing our takes. We're trying to inform our audience. We're trying to help spread the news, spread the word. That's what we're all about.
Absolutely. And for this episode, folks, you guys are tuning in live. We are counting down the top 10 biggest nerd news stories from 2023.
Yay! It's
Now-
a countdown show, folks.
It's a countdown show, folks. Now, some of these you might agree with, some of these you might not, but collectively, These are our picks for the top 10.
Also,
Yes.
one small thing. Excuse me, Lord and Master Almighty Algorithm, please bless us with ratings because we know you like listicles. You silly machine, you silly stupid machine.
Let's be honest.
Bless us with ratings.
Inte-
Give us thumbs up, you silly machines.
Integrity is the only reason why this entire episode is nothing but an hour-long version of YouTube Shorts.
Hour and a half.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so let's start the countdown, Juancho.
Alrighty.
Number 10.
This is my drum roll because I can't move my thing. Which one should we go with?
Let's start with the top of the list. Number 10.
Right. All right. Very well. Number 10 was our coverage of the Sag-aftra strike, folks.
Now, that one made some waves near the earlier half of the year because it wasn't the first time it happened. This was, when you think about it, this was the sequel. This was Writer's Strike Part 2.
Yeah, no, it was the writer's strike at first, and then about it's like 40 or 50 days later, the SAG-aftra joined them in the brawl.
Yeah.
All this stemmed from the desires for writers in Hollywood, in studios, the Writers Guild of America, to basically say, hey, we get it. Some of the times our movies, the movies that we come out with, they're not all the best. But you know what would make it worse? Trying to outsource our shit to AIs.
Hey guys, we're going to outsource all your shit to AI.
Excuse me, what?
Yeah, we decided that we are paying you too much money, and as a result, I couldn't afford my third golden yacht and my second round of slave Filipino boys to oil my hairy asshole. So,
thank you for all your contributions.
thank you for your service. Here's a coupon for the pizza party. Pack your shit.
Wait, you have to grease your what?
Here's a coupon for your pizza
God
party.
damn
Pack
it!
your shit.
So yeah,
So we're on strike.
Much like the movie sequel. So yeah, this, like Angel pointed out, this was definitely a sequel to the ongoing strike.
Well, not a sequel, more the part 2.
It
Part
was
2.
a follow-up.
Well, what I'm trying to say is, and much like movie sequels in cinema, they surpass the first movie, and this one this strike definitely gained a lot of support. Like the
Yes.
Writers Guild of America, like SAG-aftra strike joined them, and we also covered here on this channel that help me out here. God damn it! Right off the tip of my tongue, like video games.
Yes, there was the actual Actors Guild when it came to video games jumped in because everybody collectively come to the realization that, hey, wait a minute, if those companies are trying to replace those people with AI, how long before it gets here and try to replace us with AI?
Not long at all.
What already getting paid barely shitty bucks, so we might as well do something about it. And in a genuinely unheard of moment of solidarity, several companies, actors, and groups threw their support behind the Sag-aftra on the grounds of, please pay us a livable wage. We are literally starving on the streets.
Like it's fantastic the way that everyone came together, and truthfully, it's actually something that we really do need to have more often in terms of workplace protection, because it wasn't just outsourcing works to AIs, or in the SAG-aftra version of it, having their physical likeness digitally used without their permission or without financial consideration.
By the way, we have, allow me a small segue, we have already run into this problem.
Eh.
According to Twitter, it's called Twitter.
It's called Twitter. We're getting to that. Don't you fucking...
I don't have the actual article, but a gentleman specifically had to take legal action because somebody took a 30-second clip of a video with him, used AI to edit his image and sound, and had him say some very inflammatory things.
Oh.
So yes, the thing that everybody feared was going to happen has in fact happened. And, well, there you have it. It isn't just people playing cruel pranks and being assholes to others. It's people threatening the security and safety of innocent human beings. Twixer, Jesus Christ. That sounds like a horror.
Twixer. That actually sounds cool.
No, that's the Mexican brand of Twix.
Actually, now I
Crunch.
want some Twix. Thank you, Matthew
No,
Coburn,
no,
and hi,
no.
Shelley Fitzgerald.
You want Twixer. It's made with real sugar.
Like actual cane sugar, not...
Yes.
Now, on the other side
That's
of the...
the one with the Mexican frog mascot. You know
All
the
right,
one.
folks. Now,
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no. Now, during this strike, of course, on the other side of the fence, the entertainment companies like Warner Media Discovery were doing themselves no favors and trying to wait it out, hoping that the folks striking will
starve to death.
Do you remember that scene during the Wall Street crash where literal rich folk were sitting on their balconies looking down at the protesters who were drinking whiskey?
Yeah.
It was exactly like that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Like
It's okay. We can just wait it out. They'll just starve themselves to death.
Like, what's even nuttier is it's not just the AI interference with these guys trying to make a living, but it was also, like you said, making a living, period. A lot of it with dealing with streaming service and streaming residuals. That was also a major point of contention for both the Writers Guild and SAG-AFTRA.
And the actors, especially when you consider that companies deliberately dropped services on streaming service as soon as possible so they wouldn't have to pay as many royalties.
Indeed.
So it was a gigantic hullabaloo of horseshit that dominated a lot of what happened in the summer. Now, I can understand folks saying, like, oh, well, these actors should just go back to work and shut up. Like, listen, just because you see front-facing actors like fucking Anne Hathaway, the entire cast of Oppenheimer,
Yeah.
basically showing up, hello, and then walking away from the premiere. Like, once they got the news that the strike has begun, like, every single one of these folks, every one of them, fucking Robert De Niro, a lot of Star Trek actors, what's his face, Jerry Ryan, she was 7 of 9.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, she was right there frontlining. Fuck yes. Like, it's like the reason why you see those guys, and they will tell you to your face, we get it. You guys don't really like us because we're like the super richer actors over here, but we're not doing this for us. We're doing this for the other, like, several thousand Joe Schmo actors who have to work bit rates and work bit roles in order to
Yeah.
even barely qualify for the health insurance that SAG-AFTRA is supposed to be able to provide every year. They're doing it to help everyone else who's under them, all the smaller people, all the smaller actors in TV and movies, so that they can live and get a living wage.
Do not
Exactly.
forget that this also brought to light the horrible practice of many big studios to basically shortchange and try to cheat special effects studios and put them under horrible subhuman working conditions just so they can get their fancy Marvel and DC and whatever other big blockbuster type film comes out because they know they cannot afford to take another deal. Nobody else pays as well as they do, which means that combined with the constant rewrites, reshoots, remakes, refixes of the scenes causes them to work 3 times as hard to get 3 times less payment, and they know that they can only use them that way because when you're working on an SFX studio, you take whatever deal you can get. And the big studios are offering you the good deal. And if that means they're going to clap the irons on your ankles and force you to drag that ball like Sisyphus, you're going to drag those balls.
Yeah,
It's
for
sad.
the longest time, that's how it's been for almost the entirety of 2023. Both sides are at a standstill. The entertainment companies and the folks striking until eventually they came to some agreement.
Yeah, SAG-AFTRA and the Writers Guild eventually managed to get their deals set up. Now, now as of right now, a lot of the SAG-AFTRA staff were still going through the deal, and a lot of SAG-AFTRA members were going through like, okay, we get that we're getting a lot of our demands, but they're trying to nickel and dime us on
Yeah.
this. So even though the main strike is over, it's the fight for proper, decent living wages for every one of those working unions, whether it's writing or acting, is far from over. And this just goes to show, if you stand in solidarity with your coworkers, the worst that your employers can do is fire you. But then they end up without anybody to work, and then they suffer.
Can you imagine what it's like going back to... First off, Struggler, I agree. This will sadly not have any effects on the actual writing itself. That it will be up to the audience to decide whether they want to keep consuming the garbage that the TV puts out.
But
That's
that
the one that
doesn't-
determines quality.
But that doesn't mean that the people, even if they write it something you don't like, doesn't mean that they should starve.
Oh no, you shouldn't starve. You should be fired if you do a shitty job, mind you. But you should still be paid for the time you worked. That
Right.
being said, can you imagine going back to work knowing that only a few floors above you, the guy in charge of the entire company went to the media and basically said, yeah, I don't mind if you starve on the streets. I'll replace you in 5 seconds. Like, bro, I would start making Molotov cocktails that day.
Yeah,
Like,
no, definitely.
remember, yeah, you're fighting for a good wage, but the second you walk into the building, you're working for people who basically told you they don't give a shit about you.
Exactly, and
Die in a ditch.
And even though both sides are trying to come to terms with each other, it's still going to be a long road. It's still going to be a long road ahead. Now, we're not talking about building the Great Wall of China long, but
Because that took several centuries.
but there's definitely some bridges that need to be mended. And come on, man, the workers Give them what they want.
This isn't just
Give
for
them
the
what they
writers.
need.
This is
Give them
just
what
for
they
the
need.
actors who are trying to do their job, the special effects dudes who are busting their ass making the images look good, the people working on the music, the actual production. Basically, everybody out there who is genuinely giving it their best and getting completely screwed over by companies who know that they can do better but choose not to because it saves them a few pennies.
All right, now let's go ahead and continue the countdown. Juancho, pull up the list, please.
You
know what? Thank you. Let's not touch on that yet. Let's go on to that next one.
Really? Okay.
Really? The one beneath that? Okay.
Folks, number 9. The Danny Masterson trial and aftermath.
Holy shit.
Now this was, see, I cannot call these a can of worms. This is a shipping crate full of roaches. We cracked it open and just insects flew out.
Danny Masterson, who played Stephen Hyde from That 70s Show. Oh man, it's really sad. It's really sad and pitiful to see where he took himself, personal life and his career. And mind you, this is all from his own doing.
Unfortunately, yes. The accusations and allegations that he received, which were eventually proven true, revealed a history of abuse, a history of manipulation, and a very long, deeply connected route to the cult of Scientology, which, as you can imagine, only threw even more fuel into the fire, casting further doubts into the possibility of his innocence, especially when the evidence began to crop up showing that many of the people that were spoken to were coerced into silence or fear by the aforementioned cult of Scientology. No, I will not call it a church. That is an insult to churches.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Goddamn right. Thank
And
you.
I was raised Catholic.
So are we.
I will listen, I'm not going to insult my... Yo no voy a insultar la Gran Alta María y el Señor Jesucristo, ¿ok?
Okay, so you're good.
Yo me
man.
pasé 20 años en esa iglesia tratando de trabajar como un monaguillo, haciendo amistades con los sacerdotes que eran buenos amigos míos para llamar el culto mierdero ese una iglesia. I'm sorry.
You're all right.
You're good, man. You're good.
You're
Point in
perfect.
case is,
Holy shit.
the Catholic Church has issues,
Lots of issues.
but
Yeah.
do not compare it to Scientology, because that is a fucking cult.
And a scam.
Yeah.
And it's
And a
funny.
trap.
And a crime ring. This is just a crime ring.
Yeah.
It's literally a property real estate managing ring, and they trade on the value of that in order to feed David Miscavige, that fucking midget of a freak,
Yep.
his foie gras while his wife is in the gutter, while he's got people who've been paying out of their savings and selling their teeth a la Les Miserables, again, Anne Hathaway reference there, in order to fucking make do scrubbing the floors while they're shackled at Gold Base. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know the terminology. Don't ask me how I know that. And
So in summary, yeah, no, it's not overstating to say that, you know what, there's no sympathy to be had for Danny Masterson. He
There
brought
is-
this all on himself.
There is sympathy to have to his family, though. His wife, his kids, his relatives, because they're going to be connected to that for the rest of their lives.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this whole shit with Danny Masterson has definitely caused a huge volcano of consequences, and a lot of people are suffering for it.
Yeah.
and he's got no one to blame but himself.
He
Putting
may be
it
going
simply,
to jail.
3 women came forward and had all alleged against him in a criminal trial. Which thank you to the state of California for amending one of their laws to allow this.
The
And
fact that
out
they
of-
had to amend it in the first place,
well,
Christ.
yeah, I know, right? And out of the 3 women who made their allegations, only 2 of the cases actually provided the conviction. The other one, there wasn't enough evidence in order to corroborate.
Which
that he
brings down a
basically-
horrifying prospect.
which basically boiled down to Danny Masterson likes to roofie women, and he likes to have his way with them without their consent or permission.
And he uses the cult that he works behind to hide the evidence and frighten the victims into compliance.
Yep, and this resulted.
Holy shit!
Yep. This resulted in Danny Masterson getting 15 years for each one of them, and instead of serving the sentences consecutively, the judge went ahead and maxed it out and said, no, 30 to life. Fuck you.
Get out.
What also didn't help is the public image of certain cast members from That 70s Show.
Right?
Yeah. that
Everyone
was-
except Topher Grace. Every one of the cast members of That 70s Show wrote a letter to the judge saying, this man is of excellent quality of character. He has never done anything wrong.
And
Like,
Topher Grace is like, let me tell you some
some
bullshit.
bullshit.
No, he's pretty much going to full Foreman mode, and he's like, guys, he did this.
To be fair, though, see, I don't want to be I'm going to play devil's advocate here.
But he fucking
It
did
is likely they had no idea of this aspect of his life. kindness is a mask easily shed behind closed doors.
Except for Wilmer Valderrama, who is also a sex pest. He's probably linked to
Oh,
Well, I guess he needs to go to jail too.
Damn, man. And he was on that 90s show. He
What about
came
him?
back.
And that's why they don't show up on the reboot, ironically enough. See, I want to give the benefit of doubt and presume that the rest of the cast members only knew him as a close friend. Because let's be honest, rapists and serial killers don't go around advertising their business to their loved ones and their connections. So I can presume that they themselves believe in his innocence because they didn't know any better. I mean, let's be honest. If I found out that somebody that I was close to turned out to be a criminal, my first reaction would be skepticism. Not because let's be honest, you're not going to put rationality in front. So I'm not going to hold that against them too much, but guilty is charged. The evidence is there. The accusations are there. It has been decided on the court of law. He's going to jail. And now his family and his former friends are going to suffer just by being associated with him and that filthy cult.
The only thing I could say to cap this off is that Danny Masterson is definitely going to be living through the consequences of his life choices. And as far as the victims goes, I hope that we hope that somehow they could find some closure down the road, because this was bad. This was very bad.
Can you imagine if he gets cornered in prison by the biggest, angriest, meanest looking guy who looks down at him and goes, "I love that show, man. You disappoint me," and just walks away.
Like,
He'll be like, "Kelso's my favorite character, not you."
I love Kelso, man.
But Kelso's an idiot. Yeah, but at least he didn't do what you did to women.
He was better than you.
He had, Kelso, Ashton Kutcher may have married Demi Moore, which was a wild-ass move back in the day.
Yeah!
No accounting for taste.
No, dude,
Hey, that woman is awesome. You shut up.
I mean her taste.
Oh!
All right.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, now he's married to Mila Kunis, so Kelso and Jackie are together forever.
Yay!
It's always funny
Good
when
for them.
the actors get together with the other actors for their characters. And I'm like, I get it. You cannot spend a whole show pretending to do a romance and not have something build up in there. Like, humans are not made of stone.
Yeah.
But it's always funny to me.
It's like, oh, hey, they're cosplaying their actors and realize, oh, wait, no, they really mean it.
There we go. Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
Cool,
Congrats.
good for you.
All right.
Before we go to the next one, let's take a look at the chat real quick. Struggler was saying, too bad this is not improved. Okay, I saw a thing. There's supposed to be a possible life-size Anne Hathaway Catwoman? What? What's that supposed to be, Matthew?
I don't know, but the fact that we kept bringing up Anne Hathaway tonight, Juancho.
Oh, yeah, no, a lot of Anne Hathaway in this episode. Well, what do you want me to say?
Have you been watching The Dark Knight Rises?
No, but I ought to. She does fill out that catsuit very well. Let me see.
No disrespect to
Michelle Pfeiffer.
or Zoe Kravitz.
Or Zoe Kravitz. I know. In the Batman. Zoe Kravitz, she was Selena
that
Kyle
was
in there.
her.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, hold on. Yeah.
All right. All right, let's see what else.
You never know what's going on behind closed doors. You're right, Jen
Alas,
Pearson.
yeah.
What he did to those victims was horrible, as so is the cult of Scientology, and how it also affected his family. The victims are suffering the most. You're right. And they all suffer because of this fucking guy's arrogance.
Yeah, it also means that even if the reboot, they rebooted it, that 70 shows,
They-
Not a reboot,
sequel.
A sequel to that 90s show, and I saw it.
Even if it's greatly successful, its very existence is tarnished by this guy.
Even though he's not even in it.
He's not in it.
That's the
No.
point. His absence is, even if nobody talks about it, everybody knows why nobody talks about it.
Like, we
It's
know what he did.
It's like doing the Bill Cosby show again now, but there's no Bill Cosby, and you know exactly why there's no Bill Cosby.
Yeah, no. It's kind of hard to get back into the franchise without addressing the elephant in the room.
It's just kind of, it's like on the side. You don't want to say anything, but you move a little and you just bump into it. You're like, sorry, elephant.
All right. Let's go ahead and continue the countdown. All right, Juan. Now we can go and bring it up. Next on number 8,
corner.
the
In
merger
this
of
corner.
WWE and UFC.
In this corner, weighing 375 pounds, holding the glory of over 25 years of big sweaty men punching each other in the face, the WWE!
More like 50 years.
And in the red corner, been around since the mid-90s, weighing in at 325 pounds. They hold a house full of multiple mixed martial artists.
And billions of dollars behind them because somehow Joe Rogan got involved.
The master of cage
How?
fighting, or as politicians would call it, human cockfighting, the UFC.
Yeah!
Now, this was a news that was taken with a bizarre combination of what and huh?
And also, wow.
following the success of this year's WrestleMania in Hollywood.
Yeah, in 2023.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which was very successful.
Yep, following the success of WrestleMania, Vince McMahon sat down in an interview alongside with the CEO of UFC. I forgot the guy's name. Dana White. And they have announced that...
Wait, no, Ari Emanuel.
Ari Emanuel. And they have announced that they are getting into a joint venture to form TKO Group Holdings, LLC.
Which is the new parent company of both World Wrestling Entertainment and Ultimate Fighting Championship.
See, earlier in 2023, in the beginning of January, Vince McMahon, who, by the way, was forced out of the company due to mounting investigations into sexual misconduct.
Another
getting
sex
a lot
pest.
of those this year, aren't we?
Another sex pest.
Another sex pest forced his way back into the company with the purpose of looking to sell the WWE.
Once again, proving to the rest of the world that if he could not have it, nobody could. As you know, Vince McMahon himself got hit with some heavy allegations and later heavy accusations, which were proven correct, of using company money to basically buy sex from his co-workers, which is both impractical and incredibly stupid. So this decision, which came at the grounds of a big feather tar bucket thrown onto WWE, came almost as desperate as if trying to salvage the floundering reputation of the still successful company.
Yep.
But then, something bizarre happened. Vince got kicked out of the chair.
Oh no, we'll get to that in a bit. And then in September of 2023, the polymerization between WWE and UFC has been finalized, and
activate fuse the ring.
And TKO Group Holdings LLC was born.
Hilariously, Vince didn't get to enjoy the success of his little scheme because he lost his power and influence very quickly after.
He's basically a figurehead in his own company, and the new board of directors, the new heads of TKO Holdings are basically saying, listen, we're doing really well money-wise, our products are doing very well, UFC shows are doing great, WWE shows are doing great, but the public trust is kind of shaky, and we have one 70-year-old pencil mustache, bad hair dye job, roast beef wrap eating motherfucker to blame for it.
Yeah.
I haven't fucked any mothers yet.
Now, over the past, I want to
Also,
say...
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Joe, but
Go
I
on,
just
Angel.
realized what Vince McMahon reminds me of with that new dude.
What?
He looks like Gozaburo Kaiba.
Oh! Ew!
Thanks.
He even behaves like Gozaburo Kaiba.
He does.
Screw you, I'm going to destroy the world with wrestling.
Now, from my understanding, I believe since the 90s until present day, the WWE have flirted with mixed martial arts, bringing in some prominent stars into their squared circle.
Ken Shamrock,
Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, Ronda Rousey, Dan Severn.
Dan
Severn, he was like the OG UFC heavyweight champion kind of guy.
And also Cain Velasquez when he was brought the one of the few men who defeated Brock Lesnar in the octagon.
So
actually defeated Brock Lesnar.
Beat the shit out of Brock Lesnar.
So there is no denying that the UFC does have plenty of talent they can sling in and the theatrics to make a good work with the WWE.
Hey, think about it, Conor McGregor, for Christ's sake.
Yeah.
That guy is a living, breathing, freaking bad promo, except he does this shit for real.
Yeah, and that's why it's good, because he killed the part of him that cringed.
And also, you also have to consider other WWE superstars who have an MMA background that transitioned into pro wrestling, such as Shayna Baszler.
Right.
She's a Raw superstar. I'm trying to think of who else here. Jesus, there's so many wrestlers. It's so crazy.
Point is, with the UFC and WWE coming together, TKO Group Holdings has a net value of approximately $20 billion behind it.
$20 billion.
Dun, dun, dun.
And as far as the public is concerned, the tribal fans who are pretty much WWE versus UFC can shut that hell up.
Oh, the salt.
No, you know what they also ought to be doing right now? They're like, you know what? We won. Yeah, good game. Good game.
No, wait, no. This sounds a lot like hospitality. Fuck that shit.
Fuck that shit.
Die! Yeah, no.
Draw your sword. No.
Needless to say, the vast majority of people that love one but don't like the other were not satisfied. The most positive comments I found were the ones that were happy that Vince McMahon wasn't on the chair anymore, because now with Triple H at the helm, some actually good ideas began to flow into the company. You know, it began to pull its weight a little bit more.
That's right. After Vince McMahon was forced forced to step down due to the hush money
Get
scandal
out.
back in late 2022. Things in the WWE product on TV has improved drastically, and they continue. And despite Vince McMahon making his way back into the fold, that trend hasn't stopped. Like, WWE is now selling out so many arenas because they've been making headway with a lot of stuff that's been going on. They're holding pay-per-view events all over the world. Like in February,
You may
WWE
remember
Elimination Chamber is going to be in Australia.
Damn.
Right.
You may also remember how a while ago we covered the Emerald, what was it called? The Emerald?
The Night of Champions.
No, the one in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
That Night of
The Night
Crown
of
Jewel.
Champions, a
Crown
fantastic
Jewels.
set of the Crown Jewel, thank you.
There we go.
And the most recent event that happened, which one was that one? The one that we saw recently.
Wasn't it Survivor
forgot.
Series?
No, it wasn't Survivor
No,
Series.
no. I forgot
Before-
the name.
Was it before that? Money
no,
in the Bank, London.
Money in the Bank, thank
In
you.
London.
So, yeah, as you can
In
see,
London.
they
for
have
Christ's
been
sake.
dropping work. They have been delivering amazing matches. We were genuinely on the edge of our goddamn seats for most of the Money in the Bank. Once again, thank you, Billy Zane, for saving the day. You were
Sami Zayn.
Sami
Sami
Zayn.
Zayn.
Best boy
It's okay,
came in
man.
with a case and basically went, nah, get that shit out of here. It's my case.
Yeah.
Point in case is they are selling out stadiums. They are bringing back new faces and old faces. They are pushing new talent while still bolstering old talent. And then, just when we thought they could not possibly get any more powerful, they brought Jesus back from the dead.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's
yeah.
go ahead and can we bring that on over there?
Yeah,
Might
you
as
know
well.
what? That's a good segue to get into the next part of the countdown, folks. Number 7,
The return
The
of
C-
the king.
the CM Punk, his exit from AEW and his return to the WWE.
It was a scandal. Yeah, CM Punk was fired from All Elite
It
Wrestling,
was a moment.
and only a few months later, he made his way in the WWE. That was the biggest fucking thing to happen in the world of pro wrestling pretty much all year.
So
Ah.
following the disaster that was the brawl out that
What a
happened
mess
In
it was.
2022.
in 2022 after AEW All Out in September, CM Punk was kept off television for the rest of 2022, and he wasn't brought back until June of 2023.
He was gone for nearly a whole year.
He was
Damn.
gone for nearly a whole year, and honestly, it was also best for him because he was trying to heal from an injury. He tore his triceps at the All Out pay-per-view.
Let's not forget that, ironically, he left WWE after being mistreated for having an equally messed up injury that nearly killed him.
Back in 2014.
Needless to say, the man has not had a good experience with management, which ironically probably fueled into his constant anti-authoritarian attitude towards everything.
Well,
Right.
yeah, he's always been an iconoclast. He's always been go against the grain kind of guy.
Yeah.
But
So-
that's what we love about him.
And when CM Punk came back to AEW Saturday Collision in June 2023, this was following the news that apparently Warner Media Discovery dropped millions and millions of dollars onto AEW and awarded them an extra 2-hour time slot for more wrestling on their programming.
On the provision that for this new show, AEW Saturday Collision, CM Punk be on the show. It's him to be on there. We want Punk.
You gotta understand how much power and influence this man is wielding. That a single person, he's like a star actor. He's like, what's the opposite of box office poison?
He's a
He's a
box
golden
office draw.
goose.
He's the golden goose. Yeah, box office gold. If you put CM Punk somewhere, he'll put us in his seats. He may be getting old, but he ain't getting obsolete anytime soon. And just to prove it, when he made his dramatic, epic return to the WWE, he stole the spotlight from Seth freaking Rollins.
At the end of the show, like
He was so goddamn mad.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get
we're
there.
gonna
But
get-
let's.
yeah,
let's
we are
let
gonna
it-
get
yeah.
to there.
And since his return for the next few, Jesus Christ.
He's okay.
All right.
Angels are.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. And since CM Punk's return on Collision, for the next couple of months, the CM Punk and the Elite kept stoking the flames because
A
of
lot
their,
of controversy, a lot of horse shit, a lot of backstage drama bullshit.
Literal
The guy-
fights.
These bitches were acting like high school catty bitches. I should know. I've been in the middle of those and it's stupid.
But the final straw that broke the camel's back happened at AEW's All In pay-per-view in London, England at the end of August when CM Punk had a physical altercation backstage with Jungle Boy Jack Perry over the freaking broken glass spot.
If you
That was-
recall, CM Punk specifically requested to use the non-lethal broken glass
like
because
actual like stage glass.
he
sugar
wanted to
glass.
maintain the safety of the performers, while the other guy was insisting on making it legit. It has to be real. Put real glass. And ultimately, CM Punk's concerns were overruled. They used real glass. Admittedly, nobody got too grievously hurt, but
Jungle Jack Perry had to open his mouth and made that comment saying, "Real glass!
Go cry me a
Go
river."
cry me a river!"
And he did it directly into the camera with millions of people watching in front of a live crowd instead of keeping shit to himself.
as you can imagine, this blatant display of unprofessionalism led to the altercation in the locker room,
Backstage.
which led to a lot of people getting suspended, which led to the iconic interview where CM Punk pulled out a carbonated
No,
drink.
Angel, that was before.
Angel,
you're
you're mixing your
backtracking.
time. You're mixing your hours. Let me
That
explain.
was really before?
Yes.
That's really before. But let me
We're
go
talking
ahead.
after.
Shit.
Oh, Mistress Meg. Hey, up there, Mistress
Hello.
Meg.
Thank you for the
For the
super sticker.
$1.99 super sticker. It's the ginger doggy farting hearts.
Aw.
Lots
Thank
of love
you
to
so
Steph,
much.
the alter nerd.
All
And
right.
following the chaos from All In, like Tony Khan waited till then to finally drop the hammer and fire CM Punk.
The thing is, I've never before been so threatened. I feared for my life in that time, and it wasn't great. It wasn't great, people. I had to fire with cause. CM
Thank you,
Punk.
Miss Mag. Well, yeah, please feel free to check out the replay when you
Yes,
want.
thank you very much.
But yes, unfortunately,
Point is, Tony Khan was bullshit.
Tony Khan was bullshit. But thankfully, people know that a talent as good as CM Punk's is simply too good to waste. That man belongs in the ring until he's too old to walk. So the second he put 1 foot out of the AEW headquarters, and Triple H came running in on a motorcycle. Boom.
Get
in.
We're going to make you a star again.
Get in! I'm gonna piss off Seth Rollins.
Oh yeah, hell has frozen over as CM Punk made his return at the end of WWE Survivor Series on November 25th in Chicago. The fans loved it. It was great. It was a great moment. The bridge between CM Punk and WWE has been built. However,
It's been mended.
has been mended. But let's all keep in mind until otherwise. CM Punk is in the WWE right now, but he's under a lot of scrutiny.
Of course, we gotta make some of the fault of the conflict that led him to leaving still falls upon him. So the question will be that now that he's back on familiar grounds, can he truly work? Can he play well with others again? Can we get back the CM Punk that loves to rally the crowd and the charisma while not pissing off literally everybody else in the room? Let's find out.
It's gonna be a wait and see situation, guys, and at this point, like I said, all we can hope for is that all that locker room bullshit that they keep talking about, which was what was happening at All Elite Wrestling, was left behind over at All Elite Wrestling, and that we actually have what we came to see, which was CM Punk being a badass in the ring for our enjoyment, for his livelihood, and for us to be able to enjoy seeing him in his full glory.
You know what? I'm optimistic. I think that things will turn out great for CM Punk. Because right now,
I hope so.
yeah, no, right now it looks like WWE has shown that they've gotten their act together with Punk, and now WWE is selling out arenas all over the world.
Dude.
Meanwhile, AEW is struggling to sell tickets for their attendance.
You know what I want?
What?
I want CM Punk on the next whatever he's doing to have a match, turn to the camera, and go real wrestling.
Ha!
Go cry me a river.
Go cry.
That'd be
me.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
and
want revengeance.
And while CM Punk is definitely a delight for a lot of us to watch on WWE programming, there is one guy who we are very, very sick and tired of seeing hogging the spotlight in the WWE. I think it's time we get to the next part of our countdown, Juancho.
The anti-darling of wrestling.
Number 6, Logan Paul's Crypto Zoo scandal.
Oh,
Fuck this clown!
Oh, yes. As you know, Mr. Logan Paul has made quite a reputation for himself as being kind of a douche.
Kind of a douche.
Yes. And eventually the reputation grew until it became the real deal and the douche became ultra douche man. To the point that aside from his wrestling ability and the ability to move the crowd in the ring, almost nobody has anything positive to say about him except his usual psychopaths. But it appears that not even the most popular man in the world can escape scrutiny because stupid decisions come to everybody, especially those with a lot of money.
Now, if you guys remember, At the end of 2022 / beginning of 2023, we're discussing what had come up as an investigation from YouTuber CoffeeZilla, and brought up the situation with Logan Paul's CryptoZoo NFT based game, like online game.
I'm genuinely surprised how late this came into, because by this point NFTs have largely been discarded.
Well, now they have.
Yeah.
No, like when CryptoZoo was originally being developed, it was a year prior to all of this.
Oh, so
it was all in the middle of the
gravy train was still chugging along a little bit. I see.
Yeah.
All right, keep going.
And many folks had purchased not only NFT eggs that are supposed to be like your little Pokemon for the game, but also what do you call it? Crypto coins, like zoo tokens. I mean, is what it's called, which is the in-game currency. Like, let me give you one example. I know you know like TikTok, Angel. But you also know that if you go on TikTok, you can also buy coins on there with real life money.
I was not aware of that, actually.
Oh, and you can donate, and you can use those coins to buy reactions to people on their live.
It's like
and
the
they
bits
get paid
from
for
Twitch.
Exactly.
Okay. I know
That's exactly it. It's like bits from Twitch.
Honestly, I don't hate TikTok anymore. I don't like it, but I don't hate it anymore because it's showing me the shit that I want to see.
See?
Well, that's good.
Brisket recipes.
Yum.
Hey, man.
Chili oil.
Hey, man, no one's going to say no to food
like,
videos.
basically, that's what the zoo tokens were supposed to be. The in-game currency for CryptoZoo. The NFTs are like your playable character NFT Pokemon that you
They
get.
are unique, brah, because you can, no one else can have it, brah.
It's on the blockchain, brah.
What do you mean copy and paste? Don't worry about it,
future,
brah.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, earlier this year, and we've talked about this, Logan Paul did try to put out a statement saying that he is working on trying to pay everybody back.
Yeah, he was he was trying to say like, oh, don't worry, people, the CryptoZoo game is coming, and we're going to look into a robust way to resolve all of this. He went a whole year radio silent.
Don't
it wasn't
forget
until earlier this week
that he responded. But don't forget, that previous announcement, he ended it with a picture of an unhatched egg. And ain't that fitting?
Say this exact same stupid ass fucking egg.
By the way,
this egg, that fucking egg, this stupid hoe right here, this fucking blonde mop top looking fucking hoe.
And he's the WWE United States champion.
Ah! That's what actually pisses me off. That's the wrestling segue, folks. He's currently WWE's United States champion.
He's genuinely good at wrestling, but that's literally the only good thing you can say about him.
Now, it's important to note that WWE are very likely aware of the scandals involving Logan Paul, but they're paying no mind to it as long as it doesn't infringe in their business.
If I ignore it enough times, maybe it'll go away, said Triple H as he went away. But yeah,
not my circus, not my monkeys.
Not my monkeys. And, I mean, to be fair, though, this is an independent business, completely separate from WWE.
Completely isolated incidents.
It's not like he's committing technically a crime.
Except
he's
kind
just
of
being a piece of shit. It's alright.
What all of this resulted in were massive lawsuits, thanks to every single one of the people who bought zoo tokens and bought NFTs from CryptoZoo in order to be able to play this game, and thanks to the expose done by CoffeeZilla and several other YouTubers. Also, shout out to Mudahar, our favorite Canadian the Indian tech support guy.
Yep.
Tech guy. The players and the participants in CryptoZoo had launched a shit ton of lawsuits against Logan Paul. They're demanding refunds for not just the NFTs, which are worth about let's say $1.8 million, but also for the zoo tokens, which are worth approximately 17 million.
You know what the best part is, though? If you hatch one of those eggs, what's inside is not even some fantastical Pokemon-esque creature. It's just
a regular-ass creature.
Crudely, copy and paste together animal with other animal parts.
Yeah.
It's the most basic bitch 1,000 hours in Photoshop shit you have ever seen in your life. You're paying money for this? What is wrong with you guys?
After going radio silent for about a year with Logan Paul not doing anything
it was this week.
Yeah.
The video I sent you was for
I know, it was this week.
week.
And with so many folks that are actually coming forward and issuing these lawsuits against Logan Paul, like, that dude, that celebrity, if you want to call him that.
That idiot.
That idiot
that
is...
hoe!
What's the difference?
He's a hoe!
Celebrity, whore... What's the difference?
Not a whore.
Yeah, I know.
A whore can sometimes be respected.
Good point.
He's a hoe.
That's a hoe.
That hoe
He is a hoe.
That hoe is pretty
Logan
much
Paul's
ripping...
a hoe.
he's pretty much ripping in the benefits of all the customers that he ripped off, while everyone who's coming after him are left with egg on their faces.
The ironic part is that he's so rich, you could probably pay all that money off in like an afternoon.
He can, thanks to his stupid Prime Energy drink going
By the
bananas.
way, I tasted Prime Energy.
How was it?
It tastes deplorable.
Ooh.
It's just basically sugar water with way too much additive. I'm like, come on, man, at least put an effort into this.
Yikes.
So that just goes to show you guys.
Please try.
Well, you know what they say. Well, you said it best yourself, Angel. No accounting for taste.
Yeah, no accounting for taste, all right? I have no taste buds left. There was like the pink bottle thing I drank. I forgot what it's called. I swear to God, that was the closest thing to edible Pepto-Bismol they could have ever given me.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me, dude.
It was kind of meh.
It was mid.
But yeah, that being said, for Logan Paul, man, the longer he drags this out, the longer he ignores the problem, like it's gonna blow up in his face, and he's gonna be forced. He's gonna be forced to have to, you know.
Oh no! Don't worry, Jose. He's offering the people a refund.
When? Where?
Here's what's up. Thanks to another CoffeeZilla video that came out earlier this week, not even 2 days ago. Let me see here. Who is this? Thankfully, Chloe is not with him. Matthew Cobert.
Thankfully, she isn't.
Thankfully, she isn't. You're damn right. Logan Paul had put up a thing where he says, "Hey guys, I'm going to go ahead and refund what you paid for the NFTs if you all decide to drop your lawsuits."
You know what that means? That means that his lawyers came to him and went, "Hey, listen, these lawsuits, they have precedence in court. They will take you to court for this. You're going to go to jail.
He's gonna go to jail.
This is going to ruin your wrestling career. You cut this shit out now.
Speaking
of yesterday, now."
Speaking of wrestling, to quote a certain $1 million man, everybody has a price. No, with the lawsuits because of how much Logan Paul owes, and when it comes to
the thing here is, I'm sorry for cutting you off, but I think you guys are misunderstanding. He's trying to pay less than what he actually owes. The lawsuits are for not just the NFTs, not just for the eggs, but for the zoo tokens. That's a total of $19 million.
Now comes the waiting game to see who gives in first, the crowd or the man.
And the thing is, he's only giving people 30 days to respond, and they have to agree to drop the lawsuit.
Okay, what if we just keep going with the lawsuit, though?
Yeah, no. If these folks have any minds, they'll take him straight to court.
Take his ass to court.
Milk him.
So what you're saying is it's not a matter of money, the money that he owes.
No, it's a matter that he's trying to pay.
Because that's what I was going to say.
He's trying to pay less than what he owes.
Can you guys imagine if his rising star career wrestling ends because of this shit?
If the public embarrassment and all that shit is big enough, then yeah, WWE will likely wipe their hands from it because they don't want to be associated with that mess.
Also, if he goes to jail over this.
Oh, that'd be worse.
No, he's not going to go to jail.
Due to short time, due to fraud. Like, the WWE does not want to touch somebody with a criminal history. They're going to... Dude, I guarantee you, he's desperately trying to reach for an option.
Hi there, Ash Zieg. Sorry about that. Welcome to the Ravens flock.
Yeah, you cut me off as I was trying to say, like, yeah, everybody has a price, and with Logan Paul, the amount of money that he owes, whether he was going to do it or not, that number is going to go up.
Yeah, no.
Line go up in the worst way possible.
Also, Ash Zig, thank you for joining us, by the way. I recognize you. Ash Rendar on Twitter. Any Canadian Star Wars creators to roast?
Not tonight.
Not tonight, unfortunately. This is our top 10 of our stories from last year that we're doing tonight.
Yeah.
But definitely stick around. We appreciate that you subscribe to us over here, by the way.
Thank you.
And we hope that you'll stick around. We do love to roast us some YouTube assholes over here because let's not lie, we're assholes in front of a camera, but we're the better kind of assholes. We're the assholes you want on your side.
And speaking of assholes, as the trend continues, let's go ahead and continue our countdown, Juan, with number 5. Elon Musk and Twitter becoming X.
Once upon a time, there was a man. He had a dream. So he sold his website to Elon Musk and retired rich forever at the end.
Fucking hell.
I mean, good for him, I guess.
Good for him, I guess.
Sorry, yeah. P.S. I put CoffeeZilla's video down there in the chat, guys.
Thank you.
Now, even though Elon Musk announced that he has purchased Twitter in 2022, the deal was finalized earlier in 2023.
No. It was finalized in 2022.
Oh, it was finalized in 2022.
But the name change, however.
But the name change, however, happened
in the middle of 2020.
Which would have been a goddamn clue to the fact that to this day, the majority of people still just call it Twitter. That should tell you something. Now, as you know, Elon Musk is a man of many dollars, but very little common sense. And the moment he got his hands on the actual website, what followed was an avalanche of what can only be described as controversy when he tried to back down on the deal only to get slapped down by the courts, essentially going, you had a perfectly good chance to solve this by paying as little money as possible. You can take this opportunity right now. Oh, dear God, he just ran off with a blank check.
Basically, and this was specifically my biggest point of contention back in 2022. When Elon Musk memed himself into, oh, I'm going to buy Twitter for $44 billion because each individual share will be worth $420.69. Get it? $420.69. Ha ha, I am the greatest space.
I am trending.
I am the trendiest man.
How do you do, fellow kids? You know what?
The actual owners of Twitter went, bet.
You know what the best part is, though?
What is it, Angel?
You know what really bolstered his ego to these idiotic decisions?
What?
The fact that before he decided to buy Twitter, he used his own reputation to pump up Dogecoin. And for a while, Dogecoin really was valuable.
Doge to the moon.
And then he removed his
relationship with it.
And he just plummeted to the ground. And that was what let him think, I'm invincible. I can do whatever I want.
Huh.
My words move mountains, and my gestures part the seas.
You think Elon Musk and Logan Paul exchanged notes?
No.
Logan Paul's is an idiot asshole, but he is not at the same level as
he doesn't
Elon
have
Musk.
enough money to make decisions that bad.
And no
yet.
championship belts will help that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So putting it simply, the owners of Twitter back then said bet. They actually started going into the negotiation and into the deal of the process of Elon buying Twitter, which included a lot of legal stuff, which included a lot of discovery. He was trying to basically break the purchase deal. In which point the folks from Twitter said, okay, you want to abrogate the deal. You want to cancel the purchase. Since you are the canceling party and we threw a butt ton of lawyers and accountants into our exchange of work, since you are the canceling party, you are responsible for paying for the termination fee of this purchase, which is just $1 billion.
Let's be honest. A man like him, even without all his assets, could pay $1 billion and make 3 more by the end of the day.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not, he's the richest man in America. $1 billion
in the world.
$1 billion is a drop in a bucket made entirely of bigger buckets. He could pull out a piece of paper. He could do a kaiba. Pull out a piece of paper, write a blank check, and just leave. But that would be smart, wouldn't it?
Yes,
that would be That would be too smart.
Because he didn't even want to pay the termination penalty for the actual sale. He was like, "No, this is a horrible deal, and I'm not going to pay for it." Okay, then, circuit court judge, Your Honor, what would you have to say to this guy? Listen, either pay the penalty or buy the company.
Don't make me slam this gavel. I make it final.
I swear to God, this gavel. I put the number 44 on this gavel. Don't make
me do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
I swear to God.
I decided I'm going to purchase Twitter after all.
He just grabbed the cable and slammed it himself.
I will make it the best thing ever. I shall make it the biggest banking and news and memes and entertainment, and everyone will worship me and the piss that I swim in.
Oh my
God! He walked in the building and fired half of the staff.
Not just half of the staff, but half of the fucking safety and fucking security staff.
But wait, there is more.
We've covered this in great detail throughout 2023. We provided updates. We provided the latest news of what's happening since Elon Musk has taken over Twitter, and things are not looking really so good in that site.
Forget the bot problem, which has become even worse as of late. The moment he bought the building, he replaced the Twitter sign with a big, glowing, bright X, which he almost immediately had to take down because it was causing peace disturbances and not letting people sleep. That alone should tell you how this journey is going to go.
And in the small, infinitesimal span of a single year from his initial purchase, where he walked into the building with a kitchen sink, let that sink in, I am the greatest meme, love me and worship me, Venus is large.
How do you do, fellow kids?
To a year after, the value of Twitter, since he tried to erase the name of Twitter and turn it into X, like an edgy little 6th grader who saw a girl's nipple one time, had dropped from the $44 billion that he paid to now approximately $19 billion.
Damn, that is fucking disappointing.
It's still a big number, but my brother, you cut the value of the website in half. Oh, by the way, it did reveal. It added two good things though. Just
Okay.
two good things. One, community notes, which I have great pleasure of seeing them destroy people's retarded arguments. And two, it revealed that the bot program was so bad because people could buy botted likes. Which means that if you ever see something on Twitter that sounds incredibly stupid, but has like 50,000 likes from an account that only has like 300 followers, money has been involved.
I can't begin to tell you how many weird ass ads I've gotten for accounts that were just made a week ago,
Yep.
and they're ads like, "Oh, hey, check out this sexy video." It's like it's a JPEG.
I'm like, get out, go away.
Like, no, blocked.
In fact,
blocked.
yesterday we got hit with a problem where everybody's feed got filled to the brim with porn bots. The same picture
That's
of
what
the
I
same
got.
girl
Oh
showing
my
her
God.
ass.
That's what I got. That's what we were talking about.
That's what
I'm
we were
like,
talking about.
Jesus, this
It's a
is boring.
disaster in Twitter, and Elon Musk is not doing anything about
the
it.
Snyder Musk cut.
Yeah, and Elon Musk is not doing anything about it except interjecting himself into certain tweets and getting involved in other people's business.
Like being a racist.
I mean, to be fair, it's Twitter. Everybody's racist.
No, I mean like he's actually being a fucking racist now.
I know. It's Twitter. Everybody's racist.
I ain't racist on Twitter.
I'm not racist.
Dream a beautiful dream.
I do, and it's true. It's damn
Like
true.
that's a very large blanket statement there.
It is not a blanket. It is a national flag, and I'm hanging it over everybody here.
the
Everybody
fuck,
on
dude?
Twitter is racist.
Everybody. Matthew Coburn's right. At least Logan Paul doesn't want his children to colonize Mars.
Can you imagine
Oh.
what is going to happen to Logan's child if he ever has one?
Oh God.
Can you imagine being the son of that man?
No.
Well,
That's
however,
like a superhero origin story, dude.
well, no matter what happens going forward,
bum.
unless Elon Musk realizes the error of his ways and actually gets up and do something that's progressive and beneficial to the community, we're slowly seeing that large ship that is Twitter sinking all the way down. And speaking of sinking ships,
Onda da sea.
as we continue this countdown, Juan, get ready to reveal number 4. Hit it. You announce it.
The Ocean Gate Titanic sub hilarity / tragedy that we
The
covered.
blackest comedy of 2023.
Jesus jumped up
I w-
Christ.
I laughed and then I went, oh God. And then I laughed again just a little harder.
It's like, oh my God, I shouldn't laugh, but this is fucking funny.
Now,
But I really shouldn't laugh, but this is fucking hilarious.
we are not strangers to rich people making dumb, idiotic, nonsensical decisions. In fact, that's pretty much become a tradition of rich people. As they say, a fool and his money are soon parted.
Yep.
Unfortunately, when you have a lot of money, your decisions tend to be a bit bigger, which means that the consequences of your decisions are a bit bigger. So in this case, it wasn't a fool and his money, it was a fool and his life.
And it wasn't just one fool, it was two fools and their unfortunate sons who wanted
The
to spend
victim,
time with them.
sadly.
And,
Yeah.
and one pilot. Ocean Gate, yeah. I wish, Ash Zieg, I fucking wish. I won't say it loud, but I wish that in
Minecraft.
in Minecraft server, in Fortnite.
Now, the basic story seems
Wink,
very
nudge.
simple to begin with. Let's get in a submarine and let's go check out the wreck of the Titanic. Basic stuff. People have done it countless times. Ironically enough, the director of the Titanic movie specifically doesn't
James
like
Cameron.
people doing it because he feels like it's
Desecrating the grave.
denigrating to a location with countless innocent people died horrible freezing deaths. But point in case is, you get into a submarine, you check out the wreck, you come back. Simple enough, except that it isn't. Submarines are delicate pieces of equipment. The actual procedure itself requires expert handling, and even the process of going down and up several layers of pressure in the ocean can be very difficult and life-threatening. So as you can imagine, if you're gonna go all the way down there, you should have the best equipment, the best training, and several security measures. Anything that money can buy, right?
Something
Right.
that the folks who
Right.
are behind this project
Right.
kind of failed to get the message.
And by kind
That's
of
a bit of an understatement, my man.
by kind of failed, you mean they absolutely ignored every law of common sense and built themselves the cheapest shit possible.
They're colorblind. They don't see red flags.
and they paid the price with their lives. OceanGate is a company that basically touted itself as like a great private investment company for like for like premier touring of the wreck of the Titanic, because there was no law against it and because there was no actual freaking rules against it. So the company decided, we're going to build ourselves a submarine. We're going to use a Logitech video game controller to pilot it. We're going to use micro cameras as our screens instead of at least some kind of industrial strength glass pane. And we're going to build this thing as shoddy as we possibly can in order to save a buck. And we're going to charge $500,000 per head.
Okay, folks, listen. That shit with the controller may have worked in Men in Black 2, but that shit...
They used the PS2 controller, they just
PS2.
painted it chrome.
Don't forget, several actual submarine and diving experts contacted the company and went, don't do this. And they went, shut up. What if I do it anyway? For the record, the Titanic is currently resting at the bottom of the ocean at 12,500 feet. That is approximately... a whole mountain of water pressing down on you. People keep forgetting this, but water pressure will kill you down in the ocean faster than anything else.
There was a freaking, like, one thing that I remember in terms of like a documentary that I saw ages ago was just a simple test of
a boot.
No, not a boot.
Oh, it was
a mannequin head. It was and they specifically got a styrofoam head, that way they could get proper filling, but they filled it with enough density and mass to be similar to a human head. They had a lead weight beneath it, and they sank it down for testing. When they brought it back up, it had shrunken. It was crushed and shrunken in all sides.
Yeah.
It was still perfectly shaped mannequin head, the size of a pinky.
Well, yeah, because it's water, so it's literally all over you. Yeah. Unfortunately, that happened. There's a reason the fish that live down there have the consistency of gelatin.
That's Ash Zeeg, oh god. At least the sub guy didn't have to see his company implode.
You know what? I already like you. You are awesome. Thank you for that.
Thank you, Ash Zeeg.
And unfortunately, also, the internet does not forgive and does not forget, because following that event, God, I've lost track of how many memes were made from this incident.
Congratulations, you achieved the same immortality as the Titanic in the worst way possible.
You wanted to join the experience of the Titanic?
You got it.
You got it.
And everything that comes with it.
This is a situation that could have easily been prevented if the folks behind OceanGate actually listened to reason.
The worst part is that the documentary showing the actual structure of the sub revealed that by default that sub was completely screwed. Subs are supposed to be built with a specific layer structure meant to withstand the pressure so it doesn't turn into a golf ball. This thing was built on one layer, then the outside was covered in the communication cables, which resulted in the shortening, so there was no communication. And then the outer layer, which basically means that you built a ball filled to the brim with gaps and weakness. You were sending those people there to die. You send them to die.
Yeah. Congratulations. You played yourself.
Now, while we certainly do have our sincerest condolences for the young man whose only crime was wanting to spend time with his family, he was like the one genuine innocent victim in this whole disaster. No such sympathy extends to the continuing participants of the group, who clearly saw what was a project doomed to horror and decided, whatever, I'll just throw enough money at this until the problem goes away.
What could possibly go wrong?
They didn't feel anything, by the way. The graphic of the documentary shows that the implosion was so quick that according to, like, physics, all the blood in their body boiled out of their body in less than 1 second.
Whoa.
They basically, the implosion caused by the rapid shift in atmospheric pressure caused them to essentially turn into blood dust.
No, worse. Ever, you know when you have a little microwave lasagna and you put it in, but you don't open the film?
Yeah.
What happens to it? Don't be lasagna. That's a Doctor Who reference.
The bright side is they didn't feel anything. Their death literally happened in less than 1 second. Unfortunately, is the fact that even if they were stupid, they were innocent. Nobody.
At least the kids.
This should have not happened. There were many ways from beginning to end. All of this could have been avoided. It was not, sadly.
Let's see over here. Also, Brandon Torres, hey up, Brandon. Welcome to the Ravens Flock. We appreciate you. And Ashley was also saying, I heard that Godzilla -1 director got his ending idea from Ocean Gate. The fact the U.S. Navy heard the pop, but didn't want to say anything. Oh, that's right. The Navy actually was monitoring, doing their thing, and they actually heard in their sonar tracking everything.
What the hell was that noise, Private? I think somebody popped a balloon, sir.
Underwater?
On this time of the day, and this depth, on this time of the year? Yes. Can I see it? Looks at the blood dust all over the place. No. Yeah, no. They,
what do you mean, no, sir? I mean, like, well, no, sir, we can't.
Yeah, they literally
It's
stopped
gone.
after they recovered the wreck of what was left of it because they basically said, we're not going to find the bodies. There are no bodies.
Oh
There
my
is
goodness.
mush that is now turning into fish food. Not even bones. The bones liquefied. They turned to dust.
Oh, man.
They got exploded. Like, these people disintegrated. Like, Thanos just went.
Like that.
That's fucking terrifying, but at the
Right.
The
same
only good
time,
thing about it is that it was painless.
right.
yeah, kind of merciful, I guess.
Like, bro, holy crap. Can you imagine? Don't forget, communications cut out, and they spent like 4 hours in the dark waiting for rescue, and there was no rescue.
Damn,
Oh, dear
dude.
God.
All right,
Now,
well, let's
we're-
go ahead and continue
we're
the
go-
countdown because
we're on
we're
our-
getting down to the wire, folks.
We're down to our last top three stories, but we should go to our honorable mentions
That's right.
and get those out in and out of our way. Angel, I believe.
Angel, we'll start with you.
You
What
know,
is your
like-
honorable mention for this countdown?
Angel, I'm sorry we don't have any marshmallows. I'm sorry that we don't
It's
have it this
alright.
time.
We had
Actually, you
enough.
know what? Screw you, Jose.
Hey, whoa, 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 whoa. You,
It's happening.
while he does it, go ahead and, you know what?
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hang on.
boys and girls around the world.
I got this.
Once more, for the beginning of 2024, let's talk about Blizzard. Yeah!
Let's talk the Michigas.
small handful.
Yeah, like fuck it. All right.
Put it in a bowl and heat it up in the microwave.
It was originally for me because I intended it to
I'll buy you another one. God,
but I'm not
Share
gonna...
the cocaine, man.
Here.
we can't
Grab
roast.
a handful.
We
Thank
can't
you.
roast them right now because obviously it would involve us throwing it into a fire.
Ooh, that looks great.
Yum.
Nice job, K-Storm.
Grab
Thank
a
you.
handful. Shut up.
Yay, crazy handful. No.
All right. Continue on.
So,
folks.
during the beginning of the year, Blizzard had already been dealing with some complications. The games were not as good. The product was lackluster. Overwatch is known now for mostly the porn, and literally nothing but the porn.
World of Warcraft.
More like World of Warcraft, because that's what all you players are. But,
Dude.
needless to say, as long as the company kept churning out the product, people were not going to complain. Unfortunately, in the year of our Lord 2023, we live in an era of information, social media, and the truth, not unlike ice wedging itself out of a rock, has an habit of coming out at the worst possible time.
After Project Metal Music, welcome to the Ravenstalk. We appreciate you, dude.
Thank you. The accusations began. Not allegations, these are accusations. Nepotism, people losing their jobs for no goddamn reason, frat boy culture, sexual harassment, drunken assaults, lack of work and professional conduct, and people being purposely left out of positions. Quickly built up a cloud of ill will on Blizzard that they will never shake off because it culminated on one person literally taking her own life after somebody leaked the picture showing that she was having an affair with one of her superiors. Blizzard had blood in their hands, but the only thing worse than their actions was the response. What did they do?
We fixed some problematic paintings in World of Warcraft. We are here to help and celebrate all the diversities and all the that's why people hate that shit, even though there really isn't anything wrong with it. Is because assholes like Activision Blizzard use that shit so insincerely. It's an insult.
There's also the self-described Bill Cosby room, with all that it entails.
That's a lot to allow there.
They began to build up anti-union measures, including hiring union busters to deter the efforts of the people that were trying to work with, and basically doing everything in their power to set themselves to be the most miserable bastards the world has ever seen.
They were an inch away from hiring the Pinkertons the same way Magic the Gathering did.
By the way,
Magic the Gathering hired the Pinkertons!
Magic the Gathering has been caught using AI for their art promotion.
Fuck that shit, man.
Exactly. So needless to say, the backlash was immense, quickly, and immediate, to the point that I love the fact that the second the allegations came out, dropped the trailer for a character from Overwatch.
Yeah, like... Here, distraction!
In case of controversy,
consume
break the
product.
gay glass.
Consume product. Also, make sure that the character is extra gay for our audience.
No, it's okay. This one is non-binary. It's the
Oh, yeah, that was
gay
non-binary.
doesn't have as much power. We gotta like dip into the other ones.
Oh, for Christ's sake!
Because you know
That's
how
what
they
I hate,
use
the
it.
cynicism of it.
They use it as a shield. They are literally taking sexualities and using them as browning points. Pretty ironic considering how much browning was done with sexuality inside those offices, you know what I'm saying?
And amidst all of this negative feedback, again, amidst all of this horse shit that Activision Blizzard had been embroiled in the whole year, Microsoft came along and said, "I'll have that."
So yes,
Yeah,
that looks
wow.
good. I'll take that.
this
Like they're ordering a box of fries or some shit.
This cavalcade of controversy culminated in the iconic moment where Microsoft bought out Blizzard.
For $68.7 billion.
And so far, they have
Jeez.
done absolutely nothing with it. If anything, one could argue that this deal only kept the company afloat. They haven't released anything good or any new game. Actually, not really. Has Microsoft released any new games recently?
Not to my knowledge, but
No.
it kind of almost makes me want to, you know, to kind of forgive Elon Musk because Microsoft blew more money on Activision Blizzard.
Let's
Do
never.
not, no.
Yeah, you know, they're both equally stupid.
Yeah, both
No,
equally
no,
stupid.
do not.
I'll give
Do
credit.
not.
I'll give Boss credit on one thing.
I'll take a Blizzard with
What's
that
up?
thing. So
He's
I
not
could do
buying a
this.
company filled with sexual harassers.
Fucking
Okay,
idiots.
fair
The
enough.
fact that absolutely nobody has gone to jail over the events that resulted in the co-worker taking her own life. The fact that all the complaints have barely been addressed. The fact that they had to basically throw enough money until they bury the problem. And
What?
the fact that that piece of shit Bobby Kotick got to step out with a golden parachute.
And even amidst all of that, there was even still fucking like federal court proceedings regarding the actual sale of Activision Blizzard to Microsoft to basically say like, okay, are we sure you guys aren't, you know, monopolizing here? No.
No.
Don't
no,
you
no.
see we have our games on PlayStation and on PC? You're Microsoft! You are the PC master race!
No, we
Oh,
don't.
isn't that
What an
a
amazing coincidence. But it's okay. Here's Santa Claus. Hello, my name is Gabe Newell. You're still not getting Half-Life 3. Bye.
God?
That being said, I would like
Even that wasn't enough to stop it.
I would like to end this in a positive note.
What's
Eh.
up?
One that is completely separate from this. I would like to give my sincerest thanks and my happiest well wishes to the Monster Hunter community.
Yay.
You guys are incredibly loyal to your games. Capcom has been doing right for you. And as of now, thanks to a combination of the Return to World campaign and a few big streamers like Asmongold getting back into it, Monster Hunter World on PC has hit a peak of 162,000 plus players, which is the highest it's ever been since the release of Iceborne. I am very happy to be
Damn.
able to hunt with you guys again, and I hope that all newcomers out there, please do enjoy Monster Hunter. Don't use the Defender set, and I hope you have a great time.
All right. And now we're going to turn things over to Juan. Juancho, for this countdown, what is your honorable mention?
My honorable mention actually goes to, let's face it, quite simply, the least honorable, the least honest, the most depraved, the most despicable YouTuber to ever disgrace God's green earth.
Should we call this a dishonorable mention?
No. Well, it's you know what? It's just my personal mention of the biggest story because because this story is not over. Ladies and gentlemen, this is my gigantic motherfucking middle finger to one Gregory James Jackson, better known as Onision.
Jesus, he looks more pallid every time I see him.
Now, Juancho, before we begin, do you want to scream into this pillow for
No.
a minute?
No,
You sure?
you can take the pillow and shove it.
Okay, I guess he's
Jeez,
calmed it
man.
down.
No, you can't keep me from keeping my wrathfulness against Gregory, who.
Hello, Nikki
Wait,
Bella. Thank
hold
you for
on,
joining
who's
us.
up over here in our kick? Mike Apoli, Matt Ruger shirt. Can you guys discuss? Oh, you're an idiot.
What do you say, Ruger? Who?
No. Let me just.
You'll have to explain. You'll have to tell me that after.
Okay, I'll explain that after. But no, fuck that clown. Thank you, clown, on our kick stream.
Thank
Fuck
you
you,
for the
clown,
engagement.
and fuck you, Gregory James Jackson, a motherfucker who it has been exposed as another sex pest. Last year was hit with litigation. He was hit with civil lawsuits.
Finally,
in Florida
justice.
and in Michigan. You're gonna love it because in this, for anyone who doesn't know, Onision was, and I am so thankful to finally be able to say was, because the motherfucker won't be coming back. He was a successful YouTuber who made video sketches, who made personal life blogs. He fancied himself a musical artist, even though his music was horseshit. And, oh, you're expecting Miranda Sings? Yeah, Miranda Sings is one thing, Ash Zeke, but I've been on Onision's ass since 2018. And I've even had the pleasure of owning his ass on his own stream. So this one's a personal victory on my end because because he's actually been exposed for having groomed underage minors who were fans of his in order to have sex with them, breaking a whole bunch of shitload of laws. He does everything in his power to make sure that he's in states where it's legal for him to have sex with them, even though if they're underage or whatever, because he's a creep like that. And now he's got civil lawsuits against him, thanks to I forgot the wonderful law firm's name. Fuck. Okay.
Don't worry about it. Keep
basically,
going.
He's trying to tout himself as an innocent Johnny Depp type who is being maligned by the media, by this horrible girl that he groomed, that he fucking mentally abused into having sex with him, along with her friend, who was also mentally abused by Onision's fucking spouse. I'm not even gonna bother with whatever
it's a long,
gender or pronoun.
sordid, unpleasant story.
But the point is, Greg's spouse. By the way, this is another thing. He fucking likes to change his name in court legally a bunch of times. So he's gone by Gregory James Averill. He's currently going by James Jackson. Why would he be changing his name so often? It's probably because you're a fucking pedophile! You're a fucking disgusting piece of shit, Greg! And later this year, the trials will begin. And it's hilarious because him and his spouse, who was previously known as Laney Butt, and then changed their name to Kai, and is now going by the name of Lucas Jackson. Again, why would you need to be changing your name so often? Of course. They're trying to get out of having to go to court by filing Chapter 13 bankruptcy. Which is bankruptcy, saying oh no, we have other people who owe us money, in which he went ahead and sent a lawsuit trying to get money from YouTubers such as Blair White, Jacqueline Glenn, and fucking Chris Hansen, and even Mr. Repzion. Saying, all these people have maligned me and they all owe me money. Oh, and Shane Dawson. Fucking Shane Dawson he's trying to take to court to get money from them.
Indeed, as you can imagine, it's been quite a long time coming, but it looks like after all of this crap, all the times that he barely slipped the grasp of the law, justice might finally come down on that piece of garbage and put him on a deep, dark hole where he belongs, far away from any more innocent children he can groom.
Actually, yes. Angel, this is the sad news is this is not a criminal trial. This is a civil trial.
Oh yeah, I know. But a lot of things can happen on the way to a trial.
I think what
you're not wrong. It's a long way to November.
Yeah, I think what Angel's trying to say is that even though it's a civil case, it could lead to a domino effect that will eventually have the hammer dropped on him.
We got a dude who is responsible for not just attracting minors, seducing minors, gaslighting minors, taking minors away. He's guilty of several cases of child abuse. This man is just a piece of shit work who is both repugnant, malicious, and a terrible book writer. Especially for that alone, put him in jail.
I've seen his books, and they're disgusting.
There is such a thing as crime to the written word, and he has made it 3 times. 4 times.
Jeez.
And if you don't believe us, just look up Onision daughter window. Yeah, he's a sack of shit.
I'd rather not.
Not for the faint of heart.
Point is, yes, you're right, Matthew Cobra. That jerk ass can sod off. You're right. Up the ass with a rusty metal dildo that's wedged open with a cactus laced in chili oil. And this is the only reason why I mention it is because this motherfucker is scrambling to try to keep himself from having to pay any damages by filing bankruptcy, which won't work, by trying to get other YouTubers who have actually rightfully called him out on his shit to try to get them for money, which also won't work, especially considering that the lawyer that he got for these two civil cases against the girls that are taking him to court, his lawyer dipped out on him. His fucking lawyer,
the lawyer took
said,
a look at that shit
"Fuck
anyway.
this kid, I'm out."
No.
Like I said, a domino effect that Onision brought it on himself.
This is the karma finally catching up to him, and
So-
I want the punishment to be swift and immediate.
So, Greggy Poo, this one's from the heart. You should have taken me up on my offer. You should have taken me up on my offer for you to come forward and do your best to offer a full and frank apology to everyone you harmed. Offered some kind of restitution to the girls whose lives you irrevocably shattered, whose minds you permanently scarred. You should have listened. But your ass was like, well, you guys don't even have 1,000 subscribers. Why would I listen to you? Because, motherfucker, it would have given you the one chance to get out of this scot-free. Or at the very least, try to save face. You didn't want to. I invited you with our complete support, and you didn't want to listen.
Of course he didn't.
One of my favorite lyrics from one of my favorite songs from Nine Inch Nails. From Head Like a Hole.
Bow down before you want to serve. You're gonna get what you deserve.
All right, well put, Wancho.
So, Greg, you're gonna get everything that's coming to you.
All right.
That's not a threat. That's a promise.
The sun is gonna rise in the morning, is what you say.
Oh my goodness. All right, let's go ahead and move on. And now
Jose's very interesting honorable mention.
my honorable mention is the downward spiral. Thank you. The downward spiral of Bam Margera.
Now this is a tragic tale indeed, because
Okay.
unlike Onision,
I'm trying to find it.
Scroll down.
Logan Paul, I don't like the
Down.
majority of the people we talk to here. Bam
Oh.
Margera both brought this on himself, and is also a victim of all
Here
the
it is,
events that
folks.
put him on that point.
Yep.
Yep. Bam Margera, most wanted jackass. Yeah,
Now-
I remember we did that episode. Holy Lord.
Yeah, no, this is something I actually am serious about because
That's why the sunglasses are off.
Yeah, no, because here's the thing, like when it comes to guys who have really, really, really fallen off the wagon, I really don't take any pleasure in talking about them or kicking them when they're down or anything like that. Especially Bam Margera, who I've mentioned on this channel is one of my idols growing up, and when I got into watching like stuff on TV, like watching MTV, watching Jackass, that stuff. Bam Margera, his program helped me watching at Bam Margera got me through high school. Okay?
It gave Jose the indomitable, I don't give a fuck attitude that he has adopted into his adult life.
But seeing him, but reading about how Bam has been keeping himself over the years until last year, like it's just been one crappy thing after another. Like with the combination of alcohol and drugs and issues with his family and dealing with the anguish of losing his best friend in
Who basically
2011.
was his one grounding pillar in this world.
Yeah, no. Bam Margera's life went completely out of control. And of course now Bam Margera is of course not an innocent party. You know, lots of the stuff was
Him acting like an asshole
him
and bringing
acting
it
an
on to
asshole
himself.
and bring it onto himself. He is responsible for his own actions.
Though one could argue the fact that while he is responsible for his actions, his upbringing was not helping him. He was, as a young man, gifted an amount of money and fame the likes of us we will never be able to ever imagine for behaving in the way that we are told we should not. He was basically doing all the things that all the rebel teams wanted to do and being told that he was the best in the world, making a bajillion gorillion dollars and basically being justified for his own attitude over and over. But the party can't last forever. And the loss of his best friend basically left him on a spiral of constantly trying to chase that high, even though we know that he's never going to get it back.
Hi there, Genie Rick. Welcome to the Ravens
Hello.
Flock. We see you here.
Yeah, and as far as the major consequences goes, he's
Aaron
alienated.
Cooper.
Yeah, Bam Margera has alienated a lot of his friends. Most importantly, the friends that he made in the production of Jackass. He is blackballed from Hollywood.
I mean, when you literally have shit happening where you drag an entire entourage out with you, they trash whatever trailer you're in, and give the studio executives at MTV migraines, the likes of which no amount of Botox or ketamine can ever hope to alleviate.
Yeah, and and I've already lost count of how many rehab centers Bam Margera admitted in and left.
Only to
because
fall off
He
once
ran
again.
away from one. He was running into the woods like an idiot.
Oh no, on that one, yeah, no, that one's actually following a search warrant from the Chester County law enforcement because Bam Margera had threatened, I believe his brother Jesse Margera. Yeah.
Good God.
Bam Margera is a tragic tale. The indication of what happens when you have too much money and not enough people telling you when it's time to stop. While the loss of his best friend was the trigger that sent him down the spiral, the combination of basically being able to do whatever you wanted, whenever you wanted, from the moment you were... How young was he when he started getting famous?
Like, I don't know, 16, 17?
Like, I want to say like in his late teens.
Late teens. So, you take a young man at an age where he thinks that he's invincible, and you tell him that he is. And then you justify it over and over. They build him up, but there was no other way to go but down. And in his mind, he will never stop trying to go back to those years.
It didn't help. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
It didn't help that because of all that success and because of all that fame and recognition, that Bam's family, primarily his parents, who all lived with him, they weren't helping the situation by encouraging it because, well, he was kind of their sugar daddy.
Oh yeah, no, trust me. The blame goes heavily on Bam's parents, Phil and April, because they in being their sugar parents for Bam Margera, they pretty much fostered this whole upbringing for Bam.
There was no restrictions. Why
I'm gonna treat this dog and I'm gonna train this dog in order to bite people. Oh my God! Why did this dog bite me?
Anyway, here's a suitcase full of money.
Yay! Keep biting people. Ow! Why is this dog biting me?
Several years
Bad
later,
dog.
sir, the dog has rabies.
Now, since that episode,
How could this have happened?
Since that episode of the Black Files, I've actually been following Bam Margera throughout the rest of 2023, and from my understanding, he's actually been doing pretty well for himself. He's getting himself back into shape health-wise. He actually made an appearance. He's keeping himself clean from alcohol and drugs. He actually made an appearance at a Tampa convention in, I believe it was early October, September, called Spookala.
That was in Ocala.
That was in Ocala. Spookala, over in Ocala, Florida. Yeah. And yeah, no, from what I'm reading, so far for right now, he seems to be doing okay. Let's see if he can keep this up.
There has been a long history of him recovering only to fall right back into his bad habits the moment things get bad. Ultimately, we do hope that he does get better, because at this point, this man has done and been through too much shit. He needs a break. And who knows? Maybe this will be the one time that he finally gets his act together and can fade off into the sunset with a smile on his face for a change. Instead of running into the woods screaming obscenities.
Here's hoping. And like as I said, I really do hope that Bam Margera actually gets to stay on the wagon. He stays on the straight and narrow because he really does deserve a fucking break after all this stuff.
He really does.
Aaron Cooper in the chat. Tragic indeed. His brother's a jerk. He looked good recently. Have you seen the pics from court? I have not.
I've seen a couple. I've seen a couple of photos.
He looks like he's not like downing brewskis every day.
Like I don't know.
That's
I
relief.
don't know which court case Aaron Cooper was referring to, but I did see a couple of photos of him in court, and this was following the. I believe it was a civil case for the custody of Phoenix,
His son. Yeah, civil case between him and his wife because like she got tired of his shit, and I don't blame her.
Like, come on, there's only so much you can put up with after a while. Especially, like I said, the big problem is that now nobody can trust him because he keeps falling off the wagon. He keeps trying to back to rehab, recovering, goes back, recovers, goes back, relapses, recovers, goes back. Over and like you said yourself, we lost track how many times this happened, and who knows? Maybe this will be the one time that he can finally stop and start healing himself. I really am hoping it.
I'm hoping it too.
Same.
But for now, let's just wait and see.
All right.
So those were our 3 honorable mentions, folks.
All right. Let's go ahead and get back to the countdown.
Our final 3.
Our final 3. We got 3 more to go. And going at number 3. Show it. The war between Israel and Palestine.
Now, this is not exactly what we would call nurse shit, but it is an important aspect, so we felt that it would be a good idea to throw our takes in them, if only so you know what our opinion is on the stance of the matter.
Oh, yeah, no, Juan mentioned it earlier. Like, there are topics that we discuss here on this channel that's outside of the bubble of geek and nerddom.
Like,
but
strictly speaking, the Ocean Gate thing doesn't necessarily count as nerd culture.
Yes, it does. Titanic. I am...
How is it geek culture?
Because they made memes out of it, Juan!
Titanic. I am stretching the definition like that submarine got stretched by the sea pressure.
It's tech and tech going wrong and things like that, which makes it a geek thing.
Yes.
Also, there's nothing geekier than war. Have you seen what some military nerds will do?
Okay.
Oh, no, we're talking about the Titanic.
Oh, well.
Okay, well...
Yeah,
like,
but this problem, we can't ignore it. We can't pretend it doesn't exist.
Unfortunately, we can't. You're absolutely right.
Thank you,
quick,
Genie Rick, for the $1.99 super chat.
Thank you for the Saturday stream with sunglasses cool guy emoji.
Thanks,
Thank
brah.
you, Genie Rick.
I'm glad we can bring you a bit of entertainment in these difficult times.
Now, I'm giving the Spaceballs short version of this.
Yes.
Okay. Israel and Palestine. They've been at it since at least the end of World War II. When the United Nations said, "Hey, Israel deserves to be foreign. It needs to be its own country, and they want to have a Jewish state." Okay, cool. Where are we gonna put it? We're gonna put it over here in Palestine. Why? Because the British said so. Wait, what? Well, we didn't say so. Who are you? We're the Palestinians. And it's been like
war.
It's been like that off and on, forever and a day since the late 40s. Since
it doesn't
the
help
end of
that they
World
are
War II.
fueled by the most spiteful of motivations for war. Religion.
My man in the sky says that we wear green and red.
Well, my man in the sky says that we wear yellow and blue. Are we going to have a problem here?
We're gonna have problems.
We're going to have a problem here.
It's a fucking wreck. And
a mess, man.
if we fast forward to now, the Palestinian governments, which are split geologically between the Gaza Strip and the West Bank, like literally, Palestine isn't even connecting. You have Israel like bisecting it. It's
I swear to God,
nuts.
the British put it there just to piss everybody off.
Just to piss everybody off.
Do you understand why I don't acknowledge the UK some days?
Anyhow,
they do shit like this.
Anyhow, all this had boiled over into an altercation that happened on October 7th, where the militant junta government that was duly elected but terribly unwisely elected by the people living in Gaza, which is the terrorist organization Hamas, basically had stormed a concert, an outdoor musical concert that was happening on Israeli ground, kidnapped about 200 people, killed a couple thousand folks, using all sorts of stuff from like handmade grenade launchers to hang gliders in order to fly over the fenced off border of Gaza. And what that has culminated into, like, oh shit, this is a problem. Israel, how are you going to respond? We're going to level Gaza into the ground.
Yep.
Yeah, wait, what?
Yeah.
All of Gaza is going down into the...
But what about the innocent people in Gaza who are just living their own lives and don't want anything to do?
What about them? Like, what about them?
What
There
about
is
him?
no innocence, only degrees of guilt.
Oh,
Now
man.
give me bigger missiles.
And what has ensued since this started after October 7th has been a colossal event that has had people go back and forth on here. Like, you've had people going like, okay, Israel and Palestine, they're both assholes for their reasons. Yeah, Israel has been fucking assholes on this too.
It's caused a divide in public opinion because there's
Exactly.
people
And everyone's saying like, oh, well, if you don't support Israel no matter what, regardless of how many war crimes you're committing, that means you're anti-Semitic. Like,
What does this have to do with the Jews?
because Israel. Like,
What-
no.
hang on,
Israel's a
but-
Jewish state.
Okay,
It's
I
not
get it, but
the entirety of the Jewish people.
yeah, it's
They're
not
a
like I
government.
got beef with the Jewish people over here. They're perfectly nice. Hey, Jewish people over here, you guys got anything to do with this shit?
Fuck no. As a matter of fact, we got a bunch of us over here saying we don't even think Israel should be existing as a national state to begin with.
Well, there you have it. It looks like
You're
there's
anti-Semitic. How
But
dare
how?
you? You hate the Jews.
Is it my mustache? I like the brush.
Get that thing out of here.
No!
Whereas
Damn it, Angel! You see what happens when you're racist on Twitter?
I can't believe all my racism on Twitter finally got to me and I got accused of being anti-Semitic.
Whereas
God damn
anyone
it.
saying on the other side, like, well, we don't actually like, we really don't like Hamas, but we do understand why the people of Gaza should be treated with humanity. You're siding with terrorists.
How dare you
You're
side
siding
with
with
the
these
terrorists?
jihadists. They want to storm Oklahoma. They want to destroy Bangor, Maine. These people are evil in Hamas. Like, what?
Hey, Professor, I
hey,
have a question.
Guys in Hamas who've been saying this shit since they started in the mid-90s. Are you actually trying to invade America? No, as a matter of fact, our entire ordeal has basically been either A, defending the Palestinian state by military means, or B, have the military victory against Israel only.
Hey,
Only Israel. We are
oh
only
my
interested in
God.
them.
Hey, Palestinian guys who are literally trying to live your lives 5 steps away from the crazy Hamas fuckers. How do you guys feel about all those innocent bodies? No, those are bad. That shouldn't have been happening.
No, yeah, that shouldn't happen. And
No, they're trying
my
to
entire
say-
family was under that hospital.
No,
Oh,
they're
that
not.
hospital was full of terrorists.
That
How
hospital-
dare you?
That hospital
You
is
are
filled with Nazis.
You
All
guys
right, all
are
right, all
destroying all the
What?
evil Nazi jihadists.
All right,
There
all
was
right, let's
literally
bring it back.
psychopaths. We
Let's
literally
bring it
have
back,
no.
please.
We literally have psychopaths in political power who are saying like, oh, that they are evil, like anti-Semitic, Jew-hating Nazi jihadists, leftist communists.
What?
And they literally jumped all that in one sentence. Yes,
One of
bunk.
All
Bunk.
right, so
You know what the best part is
It's
about this whole
stupid!
thing is?
what is it,
Stop
Angel?
being stupid.
One.
Nazis are supposed to be a socialist party.
There is
Nobody
socialist by name.
knows what the word
They're only-
Nazi even means anymore.
They're only socialist by name.
That's socialist by name. There was no socialism.
You know
in
what's
that.
good for the community? Less Jews.
What? No. That had nothing to do
That
with
had
it.
nothing to do with
What
it.
the fuck? But point in case is, every side is throwing shit at each other when the main problem is both of their militaries and governments are idiots, and each side was clearly looking for an opportunity because A, Hamas took this opportunity to take countless innocent lives in a very deliberate attack that deserves retribution. But Israel decided this is going to be the time to expand the fuck out and take out the entire playing field. And meanwhile, the innocent civilians on both sides are going, I wonder when I'll be able to go to sleep again without the sounds of missiles. Daddy, when can I go to sleep? You can't go to sleep again, little one.
Yeah, this isn't about taking one
The
side.
missiles are your alarm now.
Yeah, this isn't about taking one side of the country over the other country. This is about the innocent people on both countries who are suffering the consequences from two governments who are just pretty much scorching their own grounds.
Make no mistake, Hamas did start this shit. But that's because Israel started shit before. But that's because Hamas started shit before. But that's because Israel started shit.
It was
At
a
this point,
stupid
This
ass
has
cycle.
been building up.
It's been building
for
up so
2
ridiculous, and it doesn't
decades.
matter who started it.
Honestly,
Not even 2 decades. It's been, like I said, it's been going on pretty much since the founding of the
that's
nation
the
of
part
Israel.
that kind of
80 years, Jose.
that's the part that really makes me sad about it though, because that means that in 80 years they were unable to find peace or compromise.
There was actually, I believe in the 50s, there was a set barrier, like a set like a ceasefire and they'd actually agreed on a fucking border.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, Israel, you guys are going to abide by this border. Palestine, you're going to abide by this. Do you agree? We the people of Palestine totally agree with this. Look at how unagreeable Palestinians are being.
That was going to be my next
Israel,
question.
what the fuck are you saying? Diplomacy has failed.
Juan. That was going to be my
Wonderful
next question. How long did that last?
Yeah.
Not.
Exactly.
See, that's the problem. Any agreement when both sides are holding guns, it's just an agreement of convenience. And when one side is 100% convinced that the death of the other is the only thing that will make the world a better place, as much as it pains me to say it, this horrible conflict was inevitable. Because it's been almost a century and they were unable to find peace or common ground one way or another. And I hate that it has to be like this because human nature is flawed and fucked up. But this was always going to happen.
And as far as
we just happen to be alive when it's happening right now.
And as far as the public opinion it goes, with folks on social media taking sides, they need to understand that it's more than just that. Like,
But
yeah, they need
they
need
like,
better education.
on the one hand, you have to see where the Israeli people had actually done where you had actual Israeli people were trying like crazy in the mid-90s to try to come to a peace agreement and try to finally come to a lasting and longing peace, only for, I kid you not, a psychotic. Like, I wish I was making this up. The Prime Minister of Israel in the 90s, he was assassinated by an extremist Israeli Jewish person who basically said, the Hebrew equivalent of Allahu Akbar, and shot him.
How dare you try to make peace? Blam!
Yeah, and like fucking. Yeah, and at that point, folks went to the one dude who was like so ardently against any sort of formal peace agreement with Palestine, who's currently the prime minister now, Benjamin Netanyahu. He literally, only back in September, had basically said one of the best things that we could do in order to destabilize the Gazan population is to continue funding Hamas. They are I'm paraphrasing. They're the useful idiots that we'll be using in order to finally expand our territory.
And lo and behold, that's exactly what happened.
At this point, we are just tired. We are tired. We are exhausted, and we are annoyed by everything that's been going on. And we're just wanting this whole thing to end. This whole this genocide for the people on both sides to stop.
And you know what gets me about this whole thing, though?
Okay.
If this war doesn't have a clear conclusion, it's just going to happen again.
It's just going to happen again, and it's going to happen again, and it's going to be worse because it's not going to be limited to those two countries.
No, it's too late. The moment Hamas basically killed all those people, they declare open season on themselves and everybody around them. It doesn't matter what came before, what happens after. This war is going to end two ways. Either one side, three ways. Either one side dominates the other, which means that either Palestine or Israel will cease to exist.
It's likely going to be Palestine. Remember what I said on the podcast?
Yeah.
These guys are bringing hang gliders to a fight where you had Raptors.
Well, he wasn't there.
Missiles.
Yeah, no, where they had U.S. Raptor interceptors.
Yeah. So either
F-22s.
one of those countries is going to cease to be, they will both less likely destroy each other, or this will end inconclusively, and we will just have to hold our breath and hope it doesn't happen again.
Would you like?
Because it will.
There's one bit of what? There's a fourth way, Keystorm?
It's where everyone was worried we were going with the whole Ukraine thing.
Yeah.
Another world war.
How ironic.
Oh boy, yeah. You know what? I think now would be a good point.
If enough international interests get involved, other countries might start throwing their bullets in the fray.
There might be a bit of hope on this. I can give you one piece of news that's updated. I don't have a source on me. I apologize. But in the International Court of Justice, the nation of Israel is being sent to court for crimes against humanity, for crimes of committing genocide against the Palestinians. Guess who is charging them?
Who?
The nation of South Africa.
Really?
Guess where the irony is. Think. Apartheid.
Apartheid, yeah.
Yeah, South Africa, which very famously had a very fucking racist apartheid state for decades, is saying, hey, you motherfuckers, you basically turned Gaza into an open-air prison against the Muslim community that are living there.
We know about this shit. Stop doing that shit.
We know about this shit. We stopped it. What the fuck? Our story's supposed to be a warning, not an instruction manual. Fuck off.
Every war in history is a lesson. Nobody has learned anything since the first war ever. Well, there was that guy called Sun Tzu, but mostly he just learned how to make good war instead of shitty war.
All right, let's.
And here's
Yeah.
hoping that. Here's hoping there's some positive outcome over here.
I'm hoping so too, because like I said, this whole
Yeah.
thing has been very tiresome to read, and it's leaving me like completely exhausted.
It's
anytime
demoralizing, really.
And I am sick and tired of the stupid internet divide with people, and I just want that shit to stop.
That's because those arguments are coming from people who are so far away from the conflict that they will never, hopefully, experience that level of horror and violence in their lives. They are so far away behind their screens, and that is what makes the stupidest opinions. The people who don't know, have never known, have never and will never know of what the horrors of war are like. Well, they have been raised in a time that they have no idea how good they have it, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go ahead and continue on with the countdown. Juan, let's go ahead and reveal number 2. And the number 2 on this countdown is the passing of WWE superstar Bray Wyatt.
I was
Real
hoping
name,
for slightly nicer news, but
Real name, Wyndham Rotunda. We're gonna have nice news. Don't worry. Every story has a happy ending.
Every
I
story
miss
has
him
a happy
already,
ending,
man.
but yeah. Following the news of the passing of a wrestling legend Terry Funk, I believe at the end of September.
Yeah,
the
Terry
end of
Funk. He passed of his old age.
He passed of his old age. But 2023 wasn't done kicking us in the balls, because then we got news that Bray Wyatt had passed away around that same time, and Bray Wyatt passed due to his it was a
respiratory condition that he had. He caught COVID in the middle of the pandemic, which only made it exponentially worse.
As you know, Bray Wyatt touched the hearts of children everywhere with his beloved wrestling children's show.
Yeah,
He
the
was-
Firefly
Firefly
Funhouse.
Funhouse.
Teaching important lessons about friendship, honor, courage, hustle, loyalty, respect, bloodletting, and sharing with your friends.
But most
Needless-
importantly, brainwashing cute miniature blonde girls.
Exactly. Needless to say, the entire community of children in the United States of America has deeply felt his loss. We have not had such a painful reaction since the movie where Big Bird goes missing for a while.
But
oh God, that's
that was
horrible. Why would you
crazy.
bring that one up?
Because
Man.
we need to know.
Now Bray
Can you
Wyatt's
tell me how to get?
Now, Bray Wyatt's career in the WWE from 2013 until 2023, 10 years,
10
could be
years,
best
wow.
described as this. He's gone through so many evolutions in his character. Like, a lot of the ideas that he had were perhaps far too creative for its own good, but it took us all on an emotional roller coaster as we went through different phases, from being in being the leader of the Wyatt family.
Which,
from being
if you guys don't I'll paraphrase his personas over here. Wyatt family, it was like Devil's Rejects style, Cape Fear style, swamp cult of bearded dudes who are nihilists who know the
You
truth.
say
of
that it's a
humanity.
cult of personality.
You shut your mouth. But also, yes.
Actually, yes.
He's out of line, but he's right.
I'm out of
All right.
pocket, but I'm right.
So that was him as leader of the Wyatt family.
The Eater of Worlds.
That's him working on his own and it's just consuming the power that his swamp cult had granted him that he created.
So
For
he's Shrek.
Yeah.
Swamp power.
Being the kid show host / The Fiend, which is the scariest shit I've seen.
Basically, he took his personality, gave himself a split personality, the nice Bray Wyatt and the Fiend, where he wore the sick, creepy ass, fucked up mask.
It was a
What's
pretty
this?
cool mask, I just say.
It was a pretty cool mask. And to finally, unfortunately, despite all these different character phases that Bray Wyatt's gone through over the years, it didn't quite land with the WWE top brass, and he was released from his contract in 2021
During the pandemic.
But he then made his return at WWE Extreme Rules in October of 2022.
And what led out from there was Bray Wyatt making himself known and facing off against a dude that he wasn't expecting, LA Knight.
That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
His final match was against the rising star LA Knight at the Royal Rumble earlier this year in January 2023.
How ironic that LA Knight would also later on to make a Slim Jim commercial in honor of the legendary
Macho Man.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
And since then, Bray Wyatt was taken off television to address his health concerns. And there were earlier reports before his passing that things were trending upward as far as his physical health was concerned.
Yeah, he's looked like he was keeping himself in shape. He was keeping himself perfectly healthy. The medical staff from WWE was actually working with him, and like, okay, no, do you think you're able to come back yet? Like, no, I'm not sure yet. And it was actually open communication the whole time.
And then the passing happened, and it took the entire wrestling world by storm.
It was so sudden too. Like it was like less than 24 hours since the last time that he talked with somebody, and then
He put out a
he
little
was
message
gone.
on his Instagram.
Just like that.
Yep, WWE hosted a tribute show for him on Friday Night SmackDown following the passing. They aired a lot of matches and moments that, in Bray Wyatt's career.
From his times actually fighting John Cena, defeating John Cena in the Firefly Funhouse match, which was like what you would call a cinematic match now. It was clearly
Kinomatic match.
like, it was one where
yeah.
he's like basically instead of like a straight up fight, is like he took John Cena through a journey of John Cena's own career and analogies of how he's politicked his way through people and bulldozed people and how he's really a bully and all this shit. And at the end of the day, John Cena only has himself to blame for this, and that's what defeats him. And
Did
Bray
you just
Wyatt
put him in a
puts the
fucking
nail-
domain expansion?
Yes.
Kinda.
What the? Holy shit, that was awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Exactly. Ashley, you're right. Like the day before, it was announced that he was nearing being cleared for to wrestle again. That's exactly it.
That's
It was
exactly
right
it, yeah.
before, and that's what broke everyone's fucking heart.
And if I'm not mistaken, also WWE had announced that a lot of the money that's coming in from
all the money,
all the
that
money
was
that's
going
coming
in
in
from
will
the
be-
contract is going to go straight to his family.
Fair enough.
He's got kids.
Yeah, no, that's good.
He's got a gorgeous wife.
Yeah, no, he actually did have a family, which I like to think that some of his like family experience leaned into his performance as the leader of the angry hillbillies, because raising a family is a frustrating, tiresome experience sometimes.
You're not wrong.
I like to think he challenged a bit of that into his persona of the Shrek.
He's not really Shrekkening, like get out of my swamp. It's more he knows the truth of humanity. He knows the secrets that you hold within your soul. The ones you
swamp.
deny yourself. But he's not afraid.
So
He
this-
lives without fear. He lives without secrets.
Damn.
And all you have to do is let him in.
Okay, the way you narrate it, I know it's from Bray Wyatt, but that sounds eerily similar to the line from Skullface from Phantom Pain, and that's why I'll show you my demon.
I mean,
Kinda!
Kind of.
I mean,
But
Skullface from Metal Gear Solid V, The Phantom Pain.
But
Did
that-
we freeze?
yeah.
Hang on, there we go.
Yeah, but that being said, getting back on topic here, yeah, no, it was very tough for us to get through for as far as watching wrestling goes because of the cloud of Bray Wyatt passing away.
Hang on a minute, Jose. I have to do a thingy.
Okay.
Yeah. Jose, stop.
I'm doing this.
Angel, stop.
Angel, stop.
Give me a second, guys. Why didn't it... There, hang on. No.
Bray Wyatt from the underworld going, no, get that shit out of here.
Are we good?
Should be good.
I'm
Okay,
hanging
'cause I
out
don't
with
see a
Ron
green
Paul.
light.
A green light? What? No.
Apologies, folks, we're having a bit of a
Gonna
technical
drop
difficulty
frame.
near the end here. Please bear with us for a bit while our beloved
Are we
tech
still
man
live, by the
fixes.
way, folks?
Let
yeah,
us
let
know
us
if you
know in
can
the
still
comments
hear.
if you can hear us, if we're
you can
still live.
hear us.
All right. So, should we wait it out then?
I'm gonna close this. I'm
Gotta
gonna
wait
close
it
what I'm
out,
not
gotta
needing.
wait it out.
I'm gonna close out what I'm not needing and hope that that's enough.
Wait, hang on a minute.
I didn't sleep that night, said Ashley. I got into wrestling in 2022.
they
so
can
it's
Oh,
like-
good. Okay, so we're good. Yay!
And thank you, Green Eye Dragon, for helping out. We're all good? Okay,
Appreciate it.
awesome.
Yay! All right, cool. So let's
Thank
go
you.
ahead and continue. But yeah,
Damn.
it was very, very tough for us to get through with Bray Wyatt passing away, and we here offer once again we offer our condolences to his friends and family, those who are still in mourning for his passing.
He went to the great swamp in the sky.
Actually, what's really sad is that he's joined his Wyatt family brother who passed away a few years ago, Brody Lee,
Brody Lee.
also known as Luke Harper from his faction.
Yeah.
And Brody Lee, he passed away. Didn't he also have a respiratory issue? Jose?
It was a non-COVID related lung issue that he
Maybe
that
it's
he
like a
suffered from.
family thing.
None. Well, they're not actually blood
They're
related.
not actually blood related, but it could.
Listen, there's more to family than blood.
Yeah. But that being said, now we're gonna get straight to number 1.
The last.
Now, you guys can truthfully say that this last one's kind of
Cheating?
Yeah, you could kind of call it cheating, but at the same time, after this year of ups and downs, we want to try to celebrate ourselves here in the Ravens flock.
Absolutely.
So-
After all, this number 1 pick goes all the way back to one of our major cornerstones of this channel that helped us build the Ravens flock. Our number 1 pick for the top 10 is all of our coverage from all the conventions that we went to in 2023. That would be MetroCon, Central Florida Comic-Con, and Holiday Matsuri.
It's easy to forget, but many years ago, Mr. Casabona sat in his room, lighted by a fluorescent lamp and a peeled-off paints of the wall, held his skateboard, and he started this show. The original aspect of the show was actually just to cover cons themselves. We eventually expanded into other topics and materials, but the main rock of it, the main foundation of the Ravens flock has been, hey, we got a bunch of nerds and some tech equipment here. Let's go to a con and see what we can find.
Exactly.
Let's talk to people.
Let's talk to people. Let's go to conventions and let's record memories and moments. Let's showcase our entire Florida convention community and
Exactly.
our live stream coverages from last year took us back to our roots.
Exactly.
It is nice to go to cons, even if their popularity in Florida has somewhat declined. At the end of the day, it's nice to just have a big commercial community of nerds that came together because of the things that
self-indulgent.
they wanted.
Yeah, damn right, it's
And
self-indulgent.
it's our
Tyler.
countdown, okay?
Yes,
We're
we
saying
are.
what's the biggest story for our channel in 2023.
Yeah, we're
And-
gonna sit here and stroke our dicks all day long. That's how we're good for.
Our
No.
Oh.
Our coverage from last year's Central Florida Comic-Con was pretty awesome. And Central Florida Comic-Con was...
I got to meet Timothy Zahn. I got to meet Timothy
He got to
Zahn.
meet the Yellow Ranger.
He got to meet Timothy Zahn. I got to meet the Red Time Force Ranger, and I got to meet WWE Hall of Famer X-Pac.
And I got to meet Dante Basco. He's a chill dude.
Angel, you weren't there.
No, I was talking about Matsuri, like the movie.
Well, we're talking about Central Florida Comic-Con.
Oh shit, my bad. I wasn't
Yeah,
there.
we'll get to Matsuri in a bit.
We're going
get there.
We're going in
chronologically.
order.
We're
Sorry,
going
go
chronologically.
ahead, go ahead.
In Central Florida Comic Con, Timothy Zahn, the author of the Star Wars, he created Grand Admiral Thrawn, the motherfucker. Okay,
He wrote the good books that make the Star Wars not suck.
It was-
the best way to explain it to everyone who doesn't know Star Wars. Okay, take Sherlock Holmes.
Yes.
Now make him evil.
Yes.
Now put him in Star Wars.
That's Moriarty
There you go.
in a
That's what-
spaceship.
No. Moriarty is a psychopath.
and Thrawn
Sherlock
is
Holmes
not?
Sherlock Holmes is a genius.
You could argue that Sherlock Holmes is a psychopath, but he's like one that works on our side.
Okay.
He's a psychopath with a code.
Yeah, that works. That works.
But yeah, it's one of the many small 2-day conventions in Florida that we're excited of going to, and we're hoping to go back this year.
And then we got stranded.
Yeah, then we
Fuck-
What?
No, the car
Let's
died.
not-
No, I gotta tell you because it's fucking ironic and it's fucking hilarious.
No, because it
because
didn't-
at the
I don't-
no,
I
hold-
don't-
no, it's okay because at the beginning of the year,
Oh god.
hang on, we started 2023 with our car breaking down
Yes.
in Lakeland, trying to leave Central Florida Comic Con. We had to get
Oh,
towed all the way home,
God.
and we ended 2023
With
with
the
my
car
car
breaking
breaking
down.
down. And I needed to tow it over to the freaking repair
I
shop.
think we might just
That's-
be cursed one of these days, bro.
That's all.
Well, Juan
no.
certainly knows how to laugh at himself.
I mean, what are you gonna do? Your tears are not gonna lubricate the engine.
Now, and even though we didn't go, none of us we didn't go as a unit to last year's MegaCon Orlando. Juan was awesome enough to live stream his time during his trip to Mega.
You're damn right I was, and what's neat about it is I still got to see people. I was talking to the folks in the chat. And here's the thing: the key is I can't go down into the godforsaken exhibition hall with the dealers' rooms and all that shit because that's where Signal goes to die. But
That
in
was
the
an automatic dead zone.
but the concourse areas where you have panel rooms on the outside of it, on both sides,
At least there's something there.
that's where you can actually get signal. And I went over there. I got to see Noise Complaint do their dance on there. They had their own the Noise Complaint's a nerdy dance troupe. They're awesome. Shout out to Noise Complaint. And I got to meet cosplayers. I got to say hi, answer questions from the chat. It was a good time.
It was a great time, and
Yeah,
and of course we also live streamed our experience at last year's MetroCon 2023, our very first convention in Tampa, Florida. Now, of course,
What a long time.
a long time. Of course, you weren't there, unfortunately, but it's okay.
I was there in spirit.
You're gonna be there this time, and there's no stopping it.
in spirit.
No, in
Jackass.
physical
I activate
form.
the magic card plasma.
No, I activate the magic card Monster Reborn, asshole.
And
Sorry,
Metro-
it has been banned.
And
No, it
last, guys, please. And last year, and MetroCon 2023 was an incredible event. We went for the entire weekend. The shows were fantastic.
The fire show.
The fire,
Fucking fire show.
yes, the fire show was
Oh.
great. I mean, that's as far as shows goes, like that would be me and Juan's personal favorites. My second favorite was also the anime human chess match, which was
Yeah, you showed me the video of that one. It was pretty dope.
It was pretty dope. Yeah,
Eddie Riggs.
yeah. It had the characters from Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
Yeah, I remember that part too.
Give him the fucking drugs.
Yep. And also, of course, seeing all the cosplayers over there was fantastic. All the guests that they had over there was pretty great. Overall, wonderful experience. And of course, then afterwards, we had while we didn't get a chance to live stream it because internet over there is impossible,
Non-existent.
non-existent. We did attend last year's Holiday Matsuri in December.
Yes.
Like just last month.
And
Not
I
even a couple
attended
weeks ago.
50% of that. The other 50% I was in bed coughing my lungs
It was
out.
more like 30%, and then 70% you were coughing your lungs
But I
out.
still had a great time, and I got to meet some cool people. And I got to rub it all over my friends' faces, and I talked to a Genshin actor who I don't even know because I don't touch that crap.
I got to meet Karen Ashley. I got to
Yellow
meet
Ranger.
the second Yellow Ranger.
I got to meet Erica Lindbeck, the voice actress of Luna from Hell of a Boss.
Yeah.
And who are the freak? Amelie. I met Amelie, and she's a thing and a person. And who's the guy? The guy.
Mr. Vasco was there.
No, no, you got to meet Dante Bosco.
got to meet
He's
Dante
shorter
Bosco.
than me. It was hilarious.
No, okay, no. Shoot. And I also got to say hi to Allison Tabitha, who is a legendary cosplayer, makeup artist. She is the shiznit.
They were
She was
showing off
dressed as the
some
white-
really dope disguises.
She was dressed as the White Witch in Lion the Witch's wardrobe. She was fucking banging that outfit out. Like the makeup was on point. She had that crystal wand in her hand. Like that thing looks sharp. And we were just bullshitting about how she's going hiking and how she's doing renovations in her house and it sucks. And I even told her about how you're doing renovations. And we were like fucking just shooting the breeze while her line was building up. They were kind of just waiting. And we're like, I'm sorry guys. I promise you guys are all gonna get your chance. But like, no, seriously, Allison Tabitha, shout out to her. Shout out to Karen Ashley, who confirmed a story that I remember reading forever ago about the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'll tell you.
All right.
We're wrapping up, but don't worry. But this is all part of the hype and everything.
I was gonna say you're vomiting a lot, but
Yes,
go
it
on.
is, but it's good word vomit.
I'm the one drinking this stuff. Are you sure you're not getting high of like the particles or something?
I'm sure of it.
All right.
Glitch energy is amazing, but it doesn't work through.
Glitch particles.
Go on, Juan.
Okay, so one of the things I remember from forever and ago is when they were filming the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie, there was a scene that they had to keep filming over and over with each one of the Power Rangers. They were doing their skydiving thing first, and they are all just
when they were like. Didn't they like land there right on top of the schoolyard or something?
Yeah, they landed
They
right
did,
on the
yes.
schoolyard, and they had to do that take over and over. And Karen Ashley, she, oh my God.
Okay, you were good. Yeah.
No, she was like, saying like, okay, I got like a weak stomach here already,
Oh no.
and I just ate lunch. All right, and cut. All right, we're cut, Ashley. Great. While she's still midair, helmet off.
Oh.
And I remember reading that in a magazine when I was a kid, and I had to ask her, like, actually, like, was this true, or am I misremembering? Like, no, that actually fucking
Can
happened.
you imagine the poor bastard who's all the way on the ground going, boy, I hope this filming session goes well. I'm quitting.
But yeah, obviously you could tell from Juan's excitement
He
and
likes Power
lack of
Rangers.
containment. Yeah, no, Juan likes the Power Rangers. And again, great experience from Holiday Matsuri. We did an episode on the Black Files giving our review. And of course, we had to also address the flip side of the Holiday Matsuri, which we've already covered enough in detail.
There were crimes.
Unfortunately, there were crimes, and we are very much in the business of fucking up the guys who are responsible for
And
it.
I want to make this very clear. This is not limited to Holiday Matsuri. If there's any other crimes similar to that happen in any other conventions, we would be talking about it just as equally.
Exactly.
And it's not for the sake of trying to get clout or trying to get clicks, or you're trying to take this story and make it your own. Like, no, motherfuckers, this shit is happening
Right now.
There might be the odds are it probably only happened to one person, but the fact that so many people have been filing the same complaint, the fact that so many people have been talking about these allegations, which, remember, folks, as of right now, they're still only allegations.
Only allegations,
of
nothing's confirmed.
Mass drugging of the water supplies at the
Supposedly
convention.
one of those jackasses may have put something in those big cooler dispensers, and it's wildly irresponsible, of course, but we saw at least one ambulance and a severe increase in police forces during the last day of the con. So, thanks, deep shit. I hope they catch you.
And unfortunately, young women who were targeted by this stuff. And like Zay said, watch the episode of the Black Files. You'll see what we mean. If we see these guys, we will find out. We will know. And you best believe there will be consequences.
Absolutely. And hey, look, like I said, it's all part of the universe, man. You take the good with the bad. But I will never, ever, ever, ever shy away from going to these conventions, regardless of the bad, because there's always great memories to capture for going to these cons. And more importantly, we're gonna be more active with these cons this year, 2024. There's a lot of other smaller conventions in Florida that we want to show you guys, for you guys living outside of Florida. Like, we're gonna live stream it, and we hope you guys enjoy us down the road.
Damn right.
With that being said, yep, that pretty much reaches us the end of the program. Those are our picks. Why don't you let us know in the replay, in the comments section, what were your favorite episodes from our channel? What topics did you enjoy from us that we discussed in the past? You guys
Talk
let us
about
know.
it. We want to learn about you fine folks over
I
here.
have a question.
What's your question?
Those episodes that we have floating around Facebook, where we just talked about movies, do those count as Ravenflux episodes?
Of course.
Yeah.
My favorite is the one we were talking about, John Wick 3. Because we kept going. We're not going to tell you about the movie. We're just going to tell you what we liked. But we were so excited that we just started talking about how the movie went.
Anyway.
Yeah, jeez. Yeah, because we have no self-control.
Oh, yeah, and the one that we did about Yu-Gi-Oh! Dark Side of the Nations.
Yeah, that was
To
cool.
this day, I'm still getting comment alerts on this of some asshole like, this is mid. Like, really? This is
Shut
forever
your
ago.
mouth. You can't appreciate Kino.
Scum.
Yeah, I know, right?
Scum.
All right, now.
Can we yeah. Oh shit. Erin Cooper is actually in the chat. She brings up a good point. Now, can we talk about how nuts 2024 is already? Aliens at the mall and people attacking judges.
Awesome.
We'll get to that very soon,
We'll
but
talk
not
about that another
tonight.
day.
We're already at the end of the programming. I don't want to take up any more time than it is because we gotta eat.
Please.
But we do thank all of you for tuning in. You guys have been fantastic. You guys have been great in the chat. Love to hear from all of you. Now, so just a couple of announcements just to wrap things up. So we do have a special January announcement to kick off for our first quarter subathon. We don't have a graphic yet, but I am working on it, and it's going to be cool. For our first subathon, which will be on Sunday, January 21st, the Ravens flock will be doing a playthrough of Transformers Devastation.
Transform and roar! Fun fact, the guy who directed that game also directed Revengeance.
Yay!
Gee,
Go
it
food, love
shows.
you guys. We will. We're wrapping up the show, Aaron.
We're wrapping up the show, and yeah, it's going to be a great time, and we hope to see you guys over there. It's going to be on Sunday at 1 p.m., January 21st. And remember that it's a subathon, so our goal is to get the number of subscribers up on our YouTube channel.
Get these numbers up. These are rookie numbers.
We would appreciate every single one of you guys who stick through us on our live chats and everyone in our YouTube community to spread the word once we have the subathon video link ready to spread it, share it, encourage your friends, your neighbors, your enemies, your pets, your deceased, your deceased relatives who you keep in your urns. Get them all to subscribe to the Ravens Flock.
Do
And-
you dare witness the power of my marathon?
Oh my god. And Angel, on the subject of video games, we're not done with our journey through Wonderful 101 yet, are we?
No, we are not. Our fight for justice will last far longer than today, so I do sincerely hope that you will join us next Saturday at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where, under my command and with the help of this magnificent peanut gallery, we continue playing the wonderful 101 remaster. We continue our quest to try to get something better than a consolation prize, because this was the worst score
That
I've had
was
in a while.
fucking terrible.
That was really
Once again,
tough to get
I
through.
love this game, but this game does not love me very much.
I think it's because we didn't have Xana Rose and Dragon Fang with us.
Yes.
They helped us amp up the
They
hype.
bolster us.
I know.
They were part of our team to unite up. but we
Damn, no
couldn't.
wonder. No wonder I couldn't do as well. We literally have half the team missing.
I know. United we stand. Divided you fell several times.
Into
A
the,
lot.
Into the ranch.
Into the Cool Ranch.
Into the
Damn
core.
it.
And of course, for any wrestling fans out there, tune into my program, Wrestle Rewind, every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube and Kick, and where I review 3 of the most exciting professional wrestling programs in North America. That is WWE's NXT, All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite, and a total nonstop action wrestling show, TNA Impact, which will be coming very soon. Not next week, but the following week after.
Yeah, TNA Impact is restarting their starting their new brand. And what's the name of the pay-per-view with their new debut?
Hard to kill.
Hard to ha.
I
Yeah.
won't lie, that's a pretty good title.
Yeah,
It is
Hard
pretty
to
cool.
Kill, and the week after that is when we're gonna have Impact Wrestling return.
TNA Wrestling.
TNA Impact.
TNT. Oh, wait, no, sorry.
But before we get to all that, we do have a show on Wednesday nights.
You're damn right, and that's my program, The Black Files, the uncensored and uncompromising interview and review podcast of the Ravens Flock, where, as you can see, we have a myriad of different programs that a myriad of different stories in the world of nerd and pop culture here on the Ravens Flock. But on my program, we hone in on just one, and we cut in deep into the heart of the matter.
Oh, yes, Struggler. We will speak about Harada being the most based fighting game developer in history.
Harada. What happened
next
with
time.
Harada?
He's the creator of Tekken.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Next time.
We'll talk about it next time, but
Next
don't
time.
worry, I got that story on lockdown.
What's funny is that this week here on the Black Files, we actually had talked about the allegations that were made against Chris Jericho, and truthfully, I was like, I was honest to God surprised. Like, okay, I knew that Chris Jericho's a piece of crap in terms of being a person, but I didn't realize that there's these kind of allegations that allege him to be this kind of piece of crap.
Oops, there was a septic tank over there all along.
Why is it leaking?
Ah, damn it.
Crap.
But yeah, it's just an example of like one story that we zero in on and we go in depth for more than an hour.
And once we actually go into it, you see we go into flow. We discuss every single facet of these kind of topics. We'll try to play devil's advocate on some things, but if you want that sort of in-depth debate, in-depth review, in-depth analysis on these kind of stories in the world of nerd and pop culture on the darker side, then request access as we go live every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time for the Black Files.
And of course, tune into our #1 show, the main show on our channel, The Ravens Flock, every Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, right here on YouTube and Kick, where we, the motley crew of nerds, will be here to join with you to discuss the latest news and topics circulating in the world of nerd and geek culture. Whether it's a busy week, slow week, or even a dead week, it doesn't matter because there's always something to talk about up in the clouds, and we'll be here to pull it down and share it with all of you. Now, of course, we thank you all for tuning in. You guys have been great. What a great way to open up 2024. Everything that we've been doing on this channel, from our shows to our quarterly subathons, to our wrestling watch parties, our convention appearances, our interviews, everything that we have been doing is all part of our determination from 2013 to make your voice our mission. With that
No one
being
heard you, Angel.
What they said.
Wow, you suck, dude.
I'm trying to advertise this I'm trying to move this business.
Dude.
I'm trying to make numbers. I'm trying to stack paper. I'm trying to get bitches with this yee-ass haircut. I'm trying my best.
Angel.
But we've done this so many times.
We're gonna do it again.
Oh my god.
Angel.
All right. With that being said, Juan, plug us away.
Don't mind if I do. Folks, thank you very much for watching this week's live stream edition of The Ravens Flock, hosted by Jose Casabona, Angel Mendes, and yours truly, Juan Rouse. And as we give you the latest news in the world of geek culture, nerd culture, pop culture, and everything in between, working hard and staying strong to make your voice our mission. Join us live every Saturday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, simulcasting on YouTube and Kick. Hit the subscribe and the follow button, ring the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our content. Become an interflocker by hitting the join button. And until next time, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/TheRavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/TheRavensFlockOnline, Kick.com/TheRavensFlock, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button and ring that tiny little notification bell right here on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/TheRavensFlock, humble home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and The Ravens Flock.
Nice.
All right, folks, thank you for tuning into another exciting edition here on our flagship show. Nerds watching all over the internet, we are the Ravens Flock, and we are out.